We're here.
Hey,
We're
here,
welcome back. We're live.
freshly free of no squirting meat.
I don't know what
No,
you're talking about.
we are so focused. Let's do this.
I've never seen a beat in my life. Alrighty. After a long time coming back to our game, we found Eris confronting the Kenku and cloaked figure who was abducting Vincent from the Temple of Solace. After Effie was alerted by a humanoid tornado figure and Zane by Kiara, the two got prepared and ran off to the temple to aid Eris as quickly as they could. Eris called out and was able to grab the attention of a few guards who were on patrol with their lieutenant so that they could come and help him. The cloaked figure, noticing Eris, immediately attempted to keep him busy while the Kenku took Vincent. However, the guards were able to grant Eris some reprieve from the monk as he dealt with some of the Kenku. Backed against a corner and a dagger on Vincent's throat, Eris heard a voice asking if he would like some help. And even for just enough time for Eris's friends to get there, a stranger fought off the monk and killed off two of the Kenku and then simply vanished. The monk then killed the lieutenant of the guards and focused her attention on the party while Eris escaped with Vincent. Seeing a losing battle in front of her and her mask being shattered, this kind of porcelain, very plain, like two slits and a little slit across her mouth, the woman teleported through the shadows to escape, leaving the party to flee as well. To Effie's panic, being the only one who could see, almost lashed out at Vincent, whose voice and eyes were not his own, but that of the cryptid. And after running off from that and dropping Vincent off with the headmaster, the three came together to discuss how to proceed while they were in the library. Effie once again saw and heard the cryptid through Vincent in her and Eris's room, and the party got around to convincing the Kenku Screech to divulge some information, mainly the woman's name, Raven, as well as mentioning the name Madame Fortunate before being put behind bars with quote-unquote Beaky. As the next 4 days go by, the party begins to research their own curiosities and work towards similar goals, but in kind of a different way. So, Effie, we'll start with you on that. You were wanting to learn more magics to stop what might be coming.
Right.
Go ahead. And this will be for advantage for all of you when you're doing your specific roles. Go ahead and give me an investigative or arcana check.
Ooh, investigation or arcana. I'm gonna do investigation.
Cool, no problem. And this is mainly just to see how, because you guys are taking 4 days to do this, you're gonna get information. This is mainly just how quickly and how concise you can get it.
Right. All right. Alrighty, that is gonna be a 19.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, with advantage, you said?
Yeah, you can roll advantage.
Roll with advantage. Much better. That's 26.
Ooh, okay. You find that there are not many things on the cryptid, at least not by name. There's a lot of things that are kind of descriptive of what you would know of the cryptid, like having references of the astral dreadnoughts and people writing about the fact that there is something bigger out there that they have witnessed or have heard tales of. And so you're kind of able to read into some of that and just kind of get a gist of some things you already know, like this power of this creature, alleged creature that exists, eclipsing that of not only gods but titans. And there's not actually much else wrote upon on the titans other than that one reference. But you do come across a book of the Stones of Ioun. And Ioun, as you read, is the goddess of knowledge and the patron of magical studies and mental power. Just kind of reading about these alone, these stones each hold an incredible amount of power. There are some theories, while not very good or popular theories, there are theories that suggest if someone were to collect all of them, they could possibly ascend into godhood, as they are kind of the opposite end of Vecna.
Oh.
The god of dark secrets.
I see.
And having kind of, because there are artifacts that you know of because they're just powerful and easy to find out about. The Hand of an Eye of Vecna are one of those things, and kind of have his kind of magic imbued with them. The Stones of Ioun are kind of the opposite of them, and have the power of the goddess Ioun in them. So with that, while it says this alleged creature is stronger than most, if not every god and patron, the closest thing somebody can get would to ascend into godhood. Eris, go ahead and roll me. You were wanting to look inward to better understand yourself and how to help others.
Yes, and trying to see if I'm God.
Also, yeah, trying to. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's all. I did say that.
Go ahead and roll me an insight check or also an investigation check.
Okay, let's do. This is a big one. What do I want to do? I'm gonna do an insight check. Let's try to figure myself out. Okay. Gonna roll. Gonna do it.
Okay.
Alright, +2. I'll take it. Oh, natural 20! 22 though.
22?
Yeah.
So following the mysterious presence that was occurring when you were in trouble, and Effie kind of notified you that it alerted her to this information, as well as the seemingly bursts of wind that helped them get there a little quicker, you, over the course of the 4 days, are led to Breck, who has kind of an interesting amount of information on Ganasis, and is able to refer you to a book on the elemental plane of air.
Okay.
And you are able to come across that the discovery that some Ganassi are kind of chosen by their respective planes, and these individuals are often affected by the interference of lesser elemental creatures to help them exceed, or at the very least not be killed.
Yeah.
Though they are often not allowed to interfere on a grand scale, they can kind of, almost like a butterfly effect kind of thing, kind of nudge things in a different direction if they foresee it going towards a future that would be not ideal for who they're trying to protect. And with having that score, it is possible for a Ganassi, even if they are of an physical avatar and mortal avatar at that, could potentially completely embody themselves within their respective plane, their elemental plane, and at least in that plane, as far as you're able to read, could ascend into some kind of godhood in that realm.
This is good.
Whether you could do that somewhere else or expand on that later, that is not in the book. But making yourself one with your element is a dangerous but possible thing. mainly dangerous in the sense of you just won't be yourself anymore.
Yeah.
You would be the plane of existence, or at least be a mutual thing with it. It would be like you're the plane of elemental air, the air of elemental plane is you, but you don't control all of it. It's a conglomeration of each elemental who has done the same thing.
Yeah, I'm no longer my own. Like, I'm opened up to this, like, whole pool of power, but I can't work outside of it anymore.
Yeah, and I mean, you could probably have some ambition, but it would really just kind of become a thing of like, well, what does it matter now? I'm part of this bigger thing.
Yeah.
I don't need to worry about mortal strife.
Yeah.
But you could do it.
Mortal Strife is fun. We wouldn't want to lose that.
Yeah.
Man, that's a lot. That's definitely a lot.
And Zane, this one I saved because we talked about possibly there being a little bit of a scene with this one. You were looking for a way to sever the tie between Effie and the cryptid, which was...
Like, in general, I was looking for information about bonds that connect creatures together, and if I figured that if I learn more about them, then maybe I would learn how to make them go away, or to weaken them, or maybe even break them.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, that is what I was hoping to investigate on.
Yeah. And then you had mentioned that this could lead you to speaking with Maverick about his sword, seeing as that was seemingly the connection between Effie and the cryptid's first meeting or encounter.
Yes, because
so if you
she only
wanted
seemed to have the... Yeah, I would love to talk to him in between researching and whatever, like getting the baseline information before I go ask him the specialized information.
Go ahead for the base kind of research time of for a couple of days. Go ahead and you can also roll me an investigative or arcana check.
Okay, I choose investigation.
Okay.
And am I rolling at advantage like the others?
Yes, you are. Yes, you are also rolling advantage.
Perfect. First roll's a 13, second roll's an 18. 18 plus 5 is, 23?
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
So you are aware of the ethereal plane, and astral projecting is a thing, and there's kind of a weird thing with astral projecting where if you are looking through the ethereal plane or using an object that can see into the ethereal plane, you would be able to see a physical tether, ethereal tether rather, between the astral projection and the origin of that projection. It would be not too dissimilar of that between two creatures across several planes of existence. If they were connected in a way like that, that would have a similar tether. And it is absolutely possible to sever this tether. However, there are complications and risks that go along with that.
Okay.
So, kind of, it's not, the connection between the cryptid and a host in this example is similar to kind of some otherworldly pacts. You're not sure what the catalyst for that was, other than you assume the sword. That might be part of what you would have to talk to Maverick about. But essentially, if you were to travel to the ethereal plane, you could sever the tie between 2 points like you could thread and scissors. The danger that comes with that is the tie kind of acts almost like a tube, sending information between its 2 points, which is why the cryptid is able to contact or see Effie. And in theory, I don't think this is a desire at this point, but if learned or taught, Effie could theoretically do the same thing if she had that motivation to go about doing something like that. Once this thread is severed, however, the space in the ethereal plane could possibly flood into to the ties between the 2 points and into their endpoints, i.e. the 2 creatures.
So what do you mean by like the ethereal plane could flood into them? Like there's gonna be like a black hole?
So if the ethereal plane flooded into a physical creature, it would be an immense amount of damage done to them, possibly. If done properly is a weird term for it, with something so unexperimented on in this sense. But if done quote unquote correctly, there would be less risk to it. But there'd be like an immense of flooding of energy into one creature all in one moment that it would be like overcharging a battery and it would just explode. You don't know if that's necessarily the point here. It could end in one of them just kind of swelling with energy and simply dying. It could swell and blow up. It's kind of up in the air with that just because it's never really been tested.
Okay. Is there any, like, the amount of energy that is sucked into the creature once you sever a tie like this, is it commensurate to the strength of the creature, or is it like a baseline, like it's always the same amount of energy no matter what? Or do they know?
There's not really much there wouldn't be much known on that. However, the idea, there's nothing necessarily saying that the tie strengthens based off of the power that one of the origin points has. So it wouldn't necessarily, it could be that it would be accumulative to the power of one of the points, but there's nothing to suggest nor to dispute this.
Okay.
The very little you know about this creature, it is very, very possible comparatively that Effie would die, Cryptid could be fine.
Mm-hmm.
But with the lack of information on that point specifically, it's a little hard to tell. Which is why there's kind of that, which is kind of why no one has really experimented on that point, where it's just, is the risk worth the experiment?
Mm-hmm.
And you would have to find either somebody who just has such low morality and finding somebody they care so little about to force a tether like that on them and then experiment with them, or just someone truly psychotic to want to do that.
Okay, well, you say psychotic and low morality. That might be a bad thing in describing Zane's mentality right now, because as he's reading about this, he's thinking, an ethereal force that causes massive damage on a scale that would make people explode. I wonder if we found a safe way to sever the connection, so one end did not get the power, but one end got, like, both doses of the energy. And then, like, maybe that would be the way we could actually hurt the cryptid, because we're not going to be able to hurt it by ourselves. And so, like, he's thinking, like, overcharge the cryptid with multiple bonds, maybe? I don't know.
That is something you can read upon. I would write that down for a later date.
Okay.
So that's pretty much what you get for your first kind of gist of your own research and what you're able to find. Roll me just a d20.
Okay.
Evens is basically you find Maverick in the on campus and you're able to just kind of flag him down and be like, hey, I gotta talk to you. Odds is you probably have to go to his house and talk to him.
Well, that's a 19 on the die, so I think I gotta go to his house.
Yeah. And if you want to do this on your own, you can do it on your own. If you want anyone else to go with you, that's also up to you. But I will leave that to your decision.
Well, remind me, since it has been a while, I talked about wanting to research this kind of stuff. I know for sure with Zeph. Was Zeph?
I believe you specifically said you're gonna take Zeph with you, not
Yeah. I was like, I don't remember if Zeph was super into talking to Maverick about it, but I feel like I should extend the offer because it is her bond.
Yeah, I think you did express wanting to bring her. I don't remember if Effie said that she would want to or not.
Yeah. So. Oh, that's hard. It's really difficult decision to make. For very personal reasons to Effie, she's not going to go. She's going to let you talk to him, and then you can relate whatever you feel is appropriate.
Okay, so Zeph does not want to go. That's fine.
Okay.
I can go to Maverick's house by myself. That's cool.
Okay. So, a few days ago, you were extended the address of Maverick when you kind of found out the history and relation between him and Effie. He kind of extended the, if you guys ever need anything, here's my address, or here's where I live, rather. And you kind of walk up to this, not necessarily super grand house. It's just kind of like in the middle of the city, kind of still in the upper district where the academy is, but not like a super high-end house. It's just kind of one that, you know, you look in a usual neighborhood and there's a bunch of houses that all look the same. That's really kind of all it is. And you kind of walk up and you knock on the door, and as you do, you see Avery Helfort, the bright red tiefling bard, who you remember is in his party, kind of opens the door. Oh, hello? Can I help you?
Hi. I don't know if you remember me. My name's Zane. Here to talk to Maverick.
Yes. One of the first years?
Yep, that's me.
Yes, I can get the Maverick. Okay, come in. She kind of gestures for you to come inside, and she just kind of holds up a finger. One moment. And she kind of walks up the stairs, and after a few moments, she kind of walks across the kind of the open hallway with a railing on it, back over to what you assume is probably either a different common room or her room. And you see Maverick kind of step out, no armor on, just kind of general clothing, no weapon, no armor, kind of begin to walk down the stairs. Oh, hey, how's it going, Zane?
It's been going fairly well, I suppose. I've been doing some research, finding out a lot of things, and I feel like I'm finally equipped to talk to you about some, well, what I think's a pretty serious issue.
Effie and the Cryptid.
Yeah, pretty much.
I've been doing the same thing.
Oh? What'd you find out?
Well, I had some ideas of my own. There was some talk of, well, this all starting when she touched the hilt of my sword.
Yeah, I came to that conclusion as well. That's why I came here to talk to you about.
I have theories. I don't know if all of them are correct. However, from what I have understood and what I've kind of begun to gather about the weapon itself, is it seems the connection between the cryptid and its host isn't coming from the sword. It's not necessarily the cause of the connection, but it's instead almost like a beacon.
Wow. You're gonna have to explain that a little differently, because I thought Zeph was the beacon bringing the cryptid here because of the connection that the sword made, like, between them.
It's complicated. So the beacon that the sword is between the person who touches it and itself is kind of like a pilot light for the true beacon, if that makes sense. When the blade, at least to what I've been able to discover about this, when the blade is gripped or wielded by a creature, in that exact moment, it tries to register a compatibility, and you've witnessed it yourself. The rejection is obviously a massive surge of energy that attacks the wielder if it doesn't see the wielder as something that is worthy.
Right, but when Zeph touched it before, she got zapped. That's why she got the mark on her eye. So the sword zapped her anyway, even though she was compatible?
Well, that's the thing. The compatibility is chaotic. When the surge of energy hits the intended target, it seems, the energy shoots back to its origin point, kind of like a astral echolocation. And the source, the cryptid, decides on its own if it is worth the connection.
So do we have any indication on what makes a compatible connection?
I don't think anything's truly compatible with it.
Well, there's got to be something special about Zeph. I mean,
Well,
what about
Zeph
you?
was-
You touch the sword all the time. Are you also a host?
no, that's a little, well, kind of complicated. Zeph wasn't compatible. She wasn't compatible with the weapon. The cryptid deemed her compatible with itself.
So,
The energy hitting her is what struck back the echolocation. Had the
Right.
sword struck you when you touched it, it's possible the cryptid might have opened up a connection with you as well.
So, why does the cryptid have a connection with this sword? Like, did it create the sword? Are there a bunch of swords all over the world? Like,
That I'm not sure about. The origins of this sword, even between me and Oz, we just couldn't figure it out. We couldn't find any. No one on this realm created it. That's as much as we know. Did the cryptid? Maybe. That's because there's so little information on this creature. It's hard to tell if he created or it created objects of power to send to this world or other worlds as a beacon to find a source of what we assume food, since it, from what we know, can just devour energy.
right.
It's possible it did this and the beacon strengthens based off of a living organism, but it's hard to tell. The reason I've come to realize I'm unaffected by it is due to my biology.
Your biology?
Well, the biology of anybody like me that touches it. The blade is.
I don't get what you
trying-
mean.
You watch him kind of begin to shrink down about a foot, and his ears kind of grow long, green, and pointed, and his arms one of his arms kind of sinks in a little bit, and his fingers begin to elongate, and one of his foot stays the same, but like a little more pointed and clawed, and the other one kind of shrinks in a little bit, and one leg kind of goes a little shorter in the other. And you kind of just hear him look to you and go, well, you see, that's the part that I don't tell a lot of people. And you realize you're staring practically in a mirror.
Oh my god! What? He is speechless. He's just like mouth agape, looking at him like, huh?
You kind of begin to watch hear his body kind of crack back into place, and kind of pops his neck a little bit, and he's back to his form, and he kind of continues on just by watching and seeing that there's nothing you're really to say on that, and go, all right, so this isn't something a lot of people know other than the headmaster, my party, and my family, but I'm a change.
Oh! Okay.
The constant rewriting and constant change of my cells, of being able to change like that at will, confuses the sword. It's like it's constantly re-registering and trying to figure out if I'm compatible with it, or if it should send a signal back to wherever its origin is. So,
Wait.
with
Does
the
that
cell
mean
changing
Felix
constantly,
has the same thing too? Because he touched the sword without being hurt.
I have no idea.
Oh.
I trust him with my life. But there's a lot of things I don't know about him.
Right. Well, I had no idea that you could shift around like that. Does it hurt?
Some forms are disorienting.
Huh.
But if it does hurt, my body's gotten used to it by now.
Right. Wow. I did not expect that. What was I here about again? Oh, right. Zeph and then the connection
Yes.
between the sword, right. So, if this sword can make connections, Do you think it's feasible that it might be able to break them too?
That's possible. That's not something I actually thought about looking into, so that's something I can we could look into on our own times as well. But it's possible.
From what I gathered, like you can slice through like reality and teleport around with that, right?
With some difficulty, yeah. It takes some practice.
Right. And do you do that by going through the ethereal plane?
I don't necessarily go through the ethereal plane. I suppose I could go into it.
Oh, well, that should still work then. We need to find a way to sever these bonds for sure. And from what I've gathered, the only way to do that is to be in the ethereal plane.
Yeah, messy, very messy.
Yeah, but the main drawback, I think, of trying to sever one of those connections is, it's going to cause a lot of feedback, a lot of energy that's just ambient in the ethereal plane. It's going to, once the connection's severed, it's going to like flood in like a hole in a lake.
Yeah, the ethereal plane is just kind of, well, it's not too different than most planes, but it's just a wild surge of energy happening everywhere all at once. So yeah, you're right. That would complicate things, but there is a more stressful but safer alternative, I think.
Oh, well, please, do tell me. I was imagining some sort of like magical clamp to close off the connection before you severed it, so all the energy had to go to one side instead of both.
You could swap the connection to a willing host.
What do you mean? Like, take it off of Zeph and put it on somebody else?
Yeah. Just like that.
But that doesn't solve the problem because, there's still going to be the connection. There's still going to be that beacon trail leading the cryptid here.
Mm-hmm. It would solve the problem for one and would cause an issue for another. But there's also the potential that the swapping connection could disorient the creature for, well, long enough to buy us some time.
I wonder.
I don't know if it could.
This connection seems to be quite the burden. Like, I think Zeph is seeing things because of the connection, what's being sent through. If it's possible to move the connection, would it be possible to duplicate it or like spread it out so that there's a smaller connection to several people instead of a strong one to one?
I think the problem with that would be with someone else. Yeah, that would be. It'd probably disorient a creature even more if they were a little more mortal. Say a wizard does that to you, and you spread that connection to Eris, to me, to Effie, everyone you know. The amount of ties going around, the wizard wouldn't be able to compensate. They would be confused. It could drive them insane. With something like this, though, I mean, it's possible, but you would have to... With the amount of power this thing seems to have, you'd have to do it with not only everyone around you know, it would be the country, the continent, the world.
I'm not saying that we're trying to confuse it by making too many connections. I'm just thinking that what if we find some way to magically seal off one side of the connection's overflow, making sure that all that extra ethereal energy only goes in one direction, and maybe we find a way to have several connections, many connections even, going back to the cryptid, and if we severed them all at once, wouldn't the backflow of the ethereal energy, I don't know, it'd do something? That's a lot of power. It makes normal people explode. Maybe it'd be enough to, make it flinch or back off a little bit.
I mean, it's possible. It's something we could look into. The amount of unknown in that realm is...
Well, no, I'm not saying we do it now by any means, but we could focus our research in this direction to maybe see if it's possible.
It's possible, I'm sure. It's just, you're right, finding that information.
There also is the idea, like, what if the person with the connection to the cryptid was not on this plane anymore? Like, what if they got sent to another plane temporarily? Would that disrupt the connection, or would it just hone in on that plane instead?
I think it would just change trajectory and go wherever its beacon is. I'm going to tentatively look to acquire the components required for the ritual to swap the connection.
It's good to have the alternative. I feel like being able to swap it is a good plan B if we can't find a way to sever it.
Right.
And if we can't find a way to sever it and we don't want to swap it, maybe sending us all to a different plane that is sparsely populated, far away from here. That way, if the cryptid does come, well, they won't have very much to feed off of, and it won't be as many people being hurt.
Well, ideally, we would have it be none of you, but I see what you mean. Plan B, the issue with Plan B is getting her to agree to something like that.
Right. And what about the swapping? Like, does that have to be willing by the cryptid too, or is it just willing of the person?
If you were swapping... So we'll call cryptid point A, and Effie B, we'll throw me in for C. If C was swapping out for A, me swapping out for the cryptid, we would need the physical representation of the cryptid to sever at that point.
Yeah, it's like a chain you can't break easily, so you gotta unhook it from the end instead of breaking it in the middle.
Precisely. So, if we got to the cryptid, which is a suicide mission, I imagine, we could say connect you and Effie, and we have all the time in the world to figure out how to stop that if we need to. But because we only have Effie, somebody needs to swap in for Effie.
Does it have to be a person, or could we swap it to like an animal or a beast or something that is dumb and we wouldn't mind if it died to sever the connection on this end?
The problem is having it be a willing host, having a creature that doesn't understand the concept wouldn't necessarily be willing, I don't
know. I mean, you think of like a dog. They're loyal creatures. They do anything that their master wanted them to, and they wouldn't understand, but they'd do it anyway, wouldn't they? I don't know.
Well, the understanding is part of it, I think.
Oh.
The blind loyalty is one thing. The true understanding and the true willingness of it is another. It's like if you were to cast a feather fall on someone. It has to be a willing creature. You couldn't necessarily... It'd be difficult to do it to a creature who has a low understanding of a magical spell.
Right. Well, maybe, worst case scenario, if we do need to swap it around, we could find some repentant inmate or something, somebody that wants to repay a debt to society and thinks the only way they can do it is by self-sacrifice. I don't know. Because if the person with the bond dies, that means that the cryptid loses its connection and it can't find its way here again, right?
Potentially, yeah, as long as it doesn't have... As long as there's no other connection on this world, yes.
Is there any way we can see if there's another connection?
Actually, and he kind of pulls out just this little thing that looks like a shard of broken glass, but it's kind of like got a weird green-blue tint to it. I found this, researching this. It is a fractured piece of the physical ethereal, and it allows you to look into it, or at least look into what's around you with the ethereal plane.
A fractured piece of the physical ethereal plane. I didn't think the ethereal plane had a physical form. How is this possible?
It doesn't. That's just the best way I know how to describe it with my knowledge and my experience.
Where'd you find it?
Tearing through space and time, trying to find out information.
Oh. Okay. Well, that'll help. How big is this shard that he's holding?
It's like it'd be just a little bigger than like an eyeglass.
Okay, so I'm imagining like putting a chain on it, making a monocle thing.
Yeah. It'd be like a monocle, but like not a perfect circle, a little bigger, and it's just kind of like a weird shard.
Okay.
And maybe just like a little bit thicker.
So, do you plan on using this in your travels to try to find more connections, or do you want us to have it to see if we can find any more?
Well, the problem is with the connections in the ethereal plane and the tethers like that, it's going to be hard to decipher if it is a tether to the cryptid or if it's just a tether to somebody who's using astral projection.
I think in any case, there's not very many people that can do astral projection, right?
Well, powerful wizards.
Yeah, but like, how many of them could there be? And I'm sure the cryptid's essence has got to be, like, if it's a tube sending his will this way, wouldn't it be full of, like, dark, malignant energy?
That I would have to do a little more research on and compare it with others who are... I'd have to have a good experiment for that, I'd have to have Effie in the area and look at the tether on her and look at the tether between somebody who's astral projecting in that area for me to kind of make a comparative note of how different they might be.
Right. Like, you're a busy guy. You're always doing your research and running around. I tend to be by Zeph most of the time. You think I have a greater chance of running into somebody doing that to make that comparison?
If you want to carry it, yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm gonna be.
I want to split our resources in good directions.
I think that's a good idea. I'm gonna be spending a good majority of my time currently looking for the components I need for this ritual. So I think spreading some of those resources across might be a good idea.
Okay. And about this ritual, what kind of components do you need? Is there anything we should keep an eye out for too?
If you want to, so the individual who's transferring their tether needs to be attuned to a helm of teleportation. The individual who will be the new tether, or the new host, will need to be attuned to a helm of telepathy. And between the two lying down, needs to have an orb of time between their heads and an orb of direction at the feet.
That's a lot. Those sound like powerful items.
They're not terribly powerful in the grand scheme of things comparatively, but together, magical items, even of lesser power or value, can become incredibly powerful objects, or power points.
Okay. So, in this transfer, it doesn't actually involve the severing of this bond, so there's no risk of that excess energy leaking into either party.
No, if done correctly, the ritual would go off without a hitch, and the previous host would have no damage to them whatsoever. The orb of time and directions kind of act as a catalyst of switching that tether in that exact moment and in that exact space.
Okay.
So it would be an instantaneous swap. The helm of telepathy would be the access of the new host being able to commune with that tether, and the helm of teleportation with those objects would be what's transporting the tether from one point into the time and direction orbs to the helm of telepathy.
Okay. So if you're gonna look for these things, do you have any suggestion on which one of these we might be able to help you find while you look for the others?
Well, that's the thing, because they're not terribly powerful, and I mean, this is kind of a ritual that's a little obscure in the arcane world. Nobody really knows about it, so nobody really knows their importance in the grand scheme of this ritual, and they're not actually that hard to obtain.
Oh.
They can be expensive to obtain if you're buying them, but finding them, I mean, thousands of these have probably been enchanted and created across the world. Not to mention the other plane.
Okay. Well, I still think this should be like a plan B.
Yeah, definitely.
Only if we can't find any other way would we want to
Right.
sever it, like transfer the connection and sever it by killing whoever has accepted it.
Yeah, if plan A doesn't work and we can't get the tether broken and have the feedback go to the cryptid, plan B, this.
Okay. Well, I will take this shard and see if I can examine, share with Zeph as much as she wants to hear, and Eris too, about this. And see if we can find anybody else that has an astral projection connection. Maybe see if we can find one of these items. Or, I don't know what else we should really be doing right now, but researching how to do this and maybe getting stronger so we could survive the potential feedback if it fails.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Huh.
All
Well, thank you, Maverick. I mean, you've really given me a lot to think about, and
Yeah, of
a
course.
lot of information. I can tell you have more experience researching than I do.
Researching, yes. Experience in all of this. Whew, that's coming in stride.
Okay. Does Felix know everything too, or is he not really a part of this research right now?
He's helped me with a bit of my research, but kind of let him deal with the academy stuff he needs to deal with.
Right.
I'm on my last year here. I'm kind of gotten to the point where I need to be looking to do things on my own and not really fall back on this place as much.
Okay. Well, hopefully we'll get to that point at some point too.
I'm sure you will. If all goes well. Guaranteed.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if there's nothing else, I'll get out of your hair. I'm sure you're very busy.
Absolutely. If there's anything else you guys need, feel free to come by.
Will do.
All right. Kind of dusts off his hands, begin to walk upstairs. Say hi to the gang for me.
Sure. And still scratching his head, like, shapeshifter, huh? And turn around and walk out the door. He's got some information for the others now, that's for sure.
Yeah, and we'll say that's kind of like some of the research of that, and then doing that day too. So the next couple kind of days go by of everybody else, of you finishing up your research and everybody else kind of doing some of theirs. Where on this 5th day, you guys kind of are able to reconvene and talk about discoveries that you might want to discuss or share with the others.
Where is our meeting place? Where do we meet?
Osgrove.
Osgrove. Okay.
Osgrove. I will be already in the Osgrove, currently practicing counterspell.
Counterspell.
Counterspell. Yes.
How are you practicing counterspell by yourself? Are you countering your own spells?
Well, no, I can't counter my own spells, but I can practice, the components necessary for it.
That's cool. Is Eris there too, or is he gonna arrive fashionably tardy?
Fashionably tardy.
Okay. Well, after doing all that research, Zane is down to actually get down and talk to you guys, even though we live in rooms right across the aisle there. We haven't had much talking this past few days.
No, and I've had my nose in a book pretty much this whole entire time.
Yeah, I would say it's accurate with Zane too, because he's been trying to research and been very focused on finding out anything about these tethers. And after these days have gone by, he's like, oh shit. A lot of time has gone by. I wonder how everybody else is doing.
You come in and you see Zephyrin making wild gestures in the air with her hands, and she sees you. Oh, Zane! Hi! How have you been? I haven't seen you in forever, it seems like.
Oh, I've been doing fairly well. How have you been? Looks like you're fending off a particularly aggressive mosquito.
No, I'm actually practicing a spell that I'm hoping I can master and get down. You know, we had a lot of problems with people getting away, and if I can stop them from getting away, maybe I don't know, we can get a lot more answers.
Well, have you successfully blocked a spell before?
Blocked? No. I don't. No, that's not exactly what I'm. It's more like fizzing out their spell, if that makes sense. But I've not actually had the opportunity to use it in practice because I haven't had any spells cast at me.
Oh, well, I can fix that. Kiara has given me some not directly harmful spells that you should be able to try to cancel out for practice purposes. You want to try one?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Do you need to prepare or anything?
No, I'm ready.
Okay. Well then, I've never actually used this spell, so here goes. And I would like to cast the command spell. And the command I issue is for her to fall over, go prone. So
Sure.
Fall, and I point my little knobbly finger at you, in some knobbly gobbly finger action, as a little tiny beam of yellow light just starts heading in your direction. Looks like a drunk firefly because it's not really directed super well.
I reach out and I make a hand gesture of like 2 fingers down and up, like facing down, palm down, and then turn up, and then palm up, going back up, and cast try to cast counter spell.
Okay. You're kind of getting the motions in there, and one of the motions you have is just like the teeniest bit off, and the command kind of like, you see your surge of energy kind of shoot out towards it, and it kind of hits the beam of energy that you're kind of seeing from Zane, and it begins to kind of falter a little bit, and then it just kind of hits you a little bit center mass. You don't fall to the ground necessarily. You still feel the urge of it, but it's kind of weakened. You're able to kind of cast it to a point where it's like almost like just barely doesn't fizzle out the magic.
So I like
you just barely stumbled.
Yeah, I was say. So instead of actually falling, I just like almost fall, but just stumble backwards and catch myself.
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys see Ares jumbling over from the side. Well, it seems like we got new magic.
Well, yeah. She said she was working on like a anti-magic spell, and I figured I'd help. I've got magic.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. How have you guys been?
Researching. Well.
Yeah.
Well, more so pointed towards Zane. I know Effie's been okay. I sleep in the same room, but
Sleep together.
So how have you been, Eris? I haven't seen you around. Definitely not in the libraries.
Yeah, I'm kind of been keeping more to myself, trying to figure things out. Long story short, I might be a god.
Figure out what your deal is?
Yes.
You might be a god.
Might be a god.
Christ.
And he's definitely lying because he knows what it is, but he's gonna just say it. Yeah.
Are you like an angry god? A nice god?
I don't know yet.
Wait. I mean, you've got to explain. Why do you think you're a god?
Well, haven't thought of that yet. But I just feel
Ruby's not.
You
If
just
you were a
feel-
god, what would your domain be?
the plane of air.
Trickery, obviously.
Yes. Well, I just, it's new. It's new. I still have to figure out. I don't even know what to call myself.
I think you just call yourself Eris.
You think?
Nah. If you're a god, you gotta do an anagram of your name. How about Sire? Because that's Eris backwards.
Oh, I like that. That's it. I mean, I've not been doing much, but trying to figure out what I am. And
Other than an Erganasi?
yeah, other than that, I feel
Okay.
If you need help.
And what are you?
No.
You some sort of blue octopus man hiding in a human skin?
I think, other than me joking around and saying I'm a god, I think what I really stumbled upon was, I don't think it really matters what I am, as long as I know what I want to do. And
Fair enough.
I currently just want to help my friends.
Me too.
And I look at both of you, don't really have much else to do right now.
I've been doing some research on the formation of connections between people and bonds across vast distance and that sort of thing.
Ooh.
I
What have you
talked to
found?
Maverick too.
You talked to Maverick?
I did. He's the one that's got the crazy sword that can cut through space and time, and he'd
Right.
been doing research too.
And, is he alright then?
Yeah, he seemed fine to me. Had no armor on at the time. I'm guessing it's probably still in the shop getting fixed after all the damage that was done to it, but he was fine.
So what did you discover? Did you discover anything when you talked to him? He's always so closed off.
He was actually fairly open. I don't know what the deal was, but he told me a lot of stuff. He did tell me something that I'm not sure he wants shared around, so I don't really feel comfortable sharing that thing. But I can tell you, in forms of the research, he has been doing his research too. And he thinks that he might have found a way to transfer that bond between you, Zeph, and the cryptid.
Just a quick question. While I'm looking at Zeph, do I notice anything? Can I read into anything off that he's always so closed off? I mean, is there something I'm seeing? Pain? Something? I don't know. Confusion? I feel. I just want to check it out. Is there something going on there? Do I roll for something? What's happening here?
If you want to roll for insight, and I have what could possibly equate to an answer, but Razzie, if you want to decide based off of how well he rolls.
Well, it's more so I want to notice if there's even something there so I can ask, because my character's going to ask 100%.
There is something there.
Oh, okay. So as Zane's about to get into it, I'm like, wait, 1 second. Hey, Effie, everything okay with you and I forgot his name. I know we were just talking about him. Yeah.
Maverick?
Yeah, closed off. What do you mean?
He lied to me about knowing me, which I can sort of understand. But even after we found out, he didn't really want to tell me everything about it. I'm just a little bit put off by it.
I get it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if I can read much into what he said to me, but it didn't seem like he was malicious about what he didn't tell you. From what it was in the past, it seemed like he was trying to keep you safe, but I don't know, kind of misplaced in my opinion. How can you keep somebody safe if they don't know what they're supposed to be kept safe from?
Yeah. And well-intentioned. Most people don't think about what they do and how it can make another person feel. Even though it's good intentioned.
It might have been well intentioned, and I just need to figure out how I feel about it. I just need to, fix myself about it. But Yeah.
So,
Just a bit perturbed.
we're not going to be talking to Maverick then. I'm thinking we just hold off on him for a bit. Or are we going over there to talk to him about this planet jumping, running around, battling baddies?
I don't think we need to talk to him right away. When I spoke to him, he said he was going to go do some more research and try to procure some materials for that ritual of his to transfer the bond that Zeph has to somebody else.
But
all
that
he said
doesn't
about
exactly solve the problem about... I mean,
That's exactly what I said.
Yeah. Especially since
Now,
I do think Zeph would be like... No, not to... I don't want you in danger, Zeph, but I do think you're very well equipped to handle whatever's going on. You've had it for so long already, right?
I mean, yeah, I have.
well,
But
this ritual is like a plan B sort of thing, where I don't want to do this unless we have no other options. Because, like you said, transferring it to somebody else, you're just making it somebody else's problem. I had a different idea, and we need to do a lot more research before it would be feasible, but I feel like it would be a more permanent solution.
what's that?
Well, in the research I've done, talking about severing bonds between people like that, they're made through the ethereal plane. And as Maverick put it, they are kind of like a tube that connects the two things that are being bound. And supposedly, thoughts and energy can be sent in between the tube from either side.
Mm-hmm.
But also, if you sever the tube, the energy that's ambient in the ethereal plane is going to surge into the opening and just flood out the connection. And well, I've seen a lot of information that says that it might make you explode if you didn't do it right.
Explode?
Yeah, a lot of energy overload.
So you think we can overload the cryptid, is what you're saying?
Well, basically, yes. Like, if we can divert that extra energy that would have gone to Zeph, or whoever the bond is with, and find a way to close off one side of it as we sever it, that would mean that all that ambient energy would go down the other end of the tube, and might give the cryptid something to think about before it goes trying to track us down again.
I get it. I just feel like that would take more than all of our headmasters. How much energy would you need to even facilitate that kind of a surge?
I mean, we're just severing a connection and closing one end. I figure it's like, you know, like you find a pipe, and you take an axe to the pipe, and you chop it, but then you leave the blade of the axe covering the one side of the pipe, so all the water surges into the other side.
Yeah, but if we're talking something as big as this cryptid, if it's just a splash of water compared to what the cryptid is,
well,
we just make
I
it
had
mad.
thought about that too, where one connection and the backlash isn't going to be enough to really hurt the cryptid, but several might.
You're talking about making more connections.
Well, I don't really want to make more new connections, per se. I want to, like, widen the connection that's already here and attach other people to it on your end. So if we did that, it'd be like a bunch of small pipes feeding into one really big pipe. And then if we cut off the big pipe, it's going to have a lot bigger channel for all that energy to flow down. And maybe then it would be enough to hurt him.
You see what I mean?
Hurt him, but not kill him.
Yeah.
Well, no,
Right.
I don't imagine we're gonna kill him. He's stronger than a god. All I want to do is poke him in the eye and tell him to stay away.
Well, you poke a god in the eye and he's gonna come back and smash your whole reality.
Yeah, well, assuming that this is the only connection he's got, he wouldn't be able to find us afterwards.
I don't know.
How feasible is that compared to the other options?
Well, the other option, transferring it to somebody else, the only way that's gonna help is if we kill the person we transfer it to.
Oh,
Or send them away to another plane, I guess.
Well, maybe
Then the
we don't.
cryptid would just go to that plane.
Maybe we don't make our decision now. Maybe.
Well, I'm not saying we have to. These
Yeah.
these are the options on the table. We can work towards finding out more information about them and see which one would be more feasible.
Or not even like. Let's not be so narrow. Let's. What if there are more options than just this?
Oh yeah, there
we
definitely could
need
be.
to do more research, definitely.
And in the
Oh,
mean,
and one more thing. Maverick gave me this shard of the ether, or whatever he called it. He holds it up. It's kind of sharp, but it's transparent. And if you look through it, he says it'll show you ethereal connections.
huh? Okay.
And I look through it. At Zeph, what does it see?
I mean, you see like a little thread going from her, kind of just
Pardon
weakly,
me?
kind of scraggling up to the sky.
Okay. So, like, if I walk up closer and inspect the thread more closely, what's it look like?
I mean, it's really not much more than that. It's just kind of looking at it, breaking it would be so simple. It looks just like some glowing green-blue twine.
How thick is it?
I mean, probably. I mean, it's not. It's smaller than what you guys would have for like your 50 foot of rope. It's just kind of like those. Yeah, it really is just like that spool of twine you can get just like at any store. It's. Not,
Can I reach out and
not
like
dissimilar to
twang
that.
it? What happens if I move in
You-
its direction?
I mean, you can kind of put your hand through it. It just kind of wraps around your hand, almost like it is splitting in two, going around your hand, and then when you go through it, it just whoop, back to one.
Well, there definitely is a connection here. You want to look, Harris?
Yeah. And I grab it and I look.
Yeah.
At
you do the
Zane.
same thing. Oh. Zane does not have a tether that is like that.
Interesting. You've got no tether on you.
No, it's on Zeph.
Check
I
me.
don't have one.
Check me.
Okay, take the shard back and look at Harris.
I pose.
Looking at Eris, I mean, there is kind of a aura about him, but he also is just kind of, while he hasn't probably ever been, the origins of his biology are from another plane of existence. So he kind of has like a weird, wispy kind of flowing aura about him, but it kind of is in sync with how his hair kind of flows around in the wind, since he is just kind of windy.
No connection, but you are kind of flowy.
Yeah, of course. I have no idea what that
Zeph?
means.
Here, you take this. You can look at Eris and just look up, and you'll see your own connection.
I was about to say, can I see my own connection? I'll take it and look
Yeah,
at it.
you kind of hold it up to your eye and you see there is you see the same kind of aura that he was talking about around Eris. And you also see that you could just kind of like look up. It's kind of weird because it's like looking at your own back, but there is kind of a cord going from the sky to between your shoulder blades.
Oh. It's not exactly what I expected, but
It only goes for like
Interesting.
maybe a few feet. The cord does, and then it just kind of fades out, but it's still, you imagine, going somewhere.
Yeah. Just imagine the thing on the other end of that. Once you dead.
she looks at you with wide eyes. You know, I wasn't thinking about it that way, but now I am.
I'm sorry. I
thinking
didn't.
so very
It's
much.
just it's got to be a wild amount of pressure on your end. I'm so sorry, but I'm here to help.
Yes,
I'll
it
die.
is.
I'll die as well. I'm here for that. Okay, don't
I
worry.
don't want anyone to die.
Yeah. Well,
Take it back, and I thrust it back.
Okay, I do take it back. And I want to, like, look around the area, because, like, the Osgrove had some magical stuff going on about it when we first got here. Is there any indication of that while looking through this ethereal shard thing?
That's a good question. So the ethereal plane does kind of have some weird. I mean, just kind of looking at it, you're looking at the world around you, but it's like a spectral overlap of what you're seeing. So like you're seeing all the trees and everything, but you're also seeing like the same trees, just like a hair to the like left, right, whatever, like a hair in a different direction, and a blue, almost transparent spectral version of itself. It kind of has some colors that blur into each other, and everything kind of turns a little fuzzy when you're looking at it.
But no, like, magical indications about this area.
Not through this pane of glass, no.
Okay, just out of curiosity, you never know what looking. It's like the decoder thing in an old school box of cereal. You know, you look at everything with that, trying to find a secret.
God, I remember those. Jesus, that's from years.
What happens if I look at myself, like at my own hand or my leg or my armor or something? Like, does that show anything?
You kind of have like a weird. You have like kind of just a weird thing of like you're not seeing like I don't know, looking at ourselves in this world, us as humans. There is kind of an outline to us, but it's not like cartoonish outlines where it's a very distinct outline, but if you look hard enough, you can kind of tell about an outline. You have that, and so do the other two, but it just blurs when you look through the pane.
So what do you guys want to do in the short term? I feel like we could just sit here and research for weeks, but I feel like I'm almost a little burnt out, and I'm not really... I found myself reading the same page 5 times in a row yesterday, and I did not know that I had read it.
Well, I mean, we don't know what's going to happen or how soon it's going to happen, and I kind of feel like you. I've done so much research and into so many things. Maybe we just act normally for a little while?
At least take a break.
Look, I've done no research. I've looked into myself. And I'm thinking... we move. We've been staying stagnant as long as we needed to. We're done learning from this place. We don't need them. All we know is that wherever you are, Effie, is where this thing is coming. So why stay in the same place? Let's move. Let's go somewhere. Let's travel the world. It's us 3. And as we go along, we'll meet new people. We'll find new secrets. Maybe we'll get stronger. But I feel like staying at this place, studying every day, reading book after book after book, and coming back, sitting here stressing out because we've done nothing. It's not where I want to be. I say we move.
I can't believe I'm about to say this, but I kind of agree with you, Eris. Not that I don't want to be here anymore, but
I'll take it.
I think that we should try and travel and see if there are other people, other facilities, other libraries that may have information on this. Maybe that would give us a good point of attack. I don't know.
Yeah?
I just can't
agree.
imagine that all the information that we need is here in this one place.
Maybe. Now, we don't have to do this by any means, but I bet Inquisitor Valara would have some like long distance, like something that needs checked on somewhere. If we needed a goal far away to give us a target while we were searching for this kind of stuff in the background, we might be able to talk to her. In any case, I gotta go back to get Reginald before we leave, so...
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah. Let's, maybe it'll be our last day of research and we all come up with locations that we want to visit. We come back and we set out on one.
At one point, I also, I don't know if you two want to be involved with this, but I want to go to a populated area in the city here and just look at people through this shard and see if there's any more of those connections around. I mean, I'm bound to see it where there's a lot of people, right?
Supposedly. I'm sure.
What would you do if you found one?
Well, then I'd know that severing the one or transferring the one wouldn't be enough to save us, so we'd have to find some other way.
Huh.
It's like a reconnaissance mission.
Oh, yeah, but we wouldn't, like, take them. We'd leave them be, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, we might write down who it is in case we find a good way to get rid of connections later. But no, I don't imagine we'd bother them with it now.
Okay. That's fine.
So I really can't imagine there's anyone else who would have this kind of connection
I wouldn't think so
and
either.
not have come to somebody about it.
I wouldn't think so. I mean, what are the symptoms you've had about the connection in your opinion? Like, you see things?
I see things. I hear it talking to me sometimes.
You ever try to talk back?
I don't necessarily want to provoke it. I think I've told it to be quiet a couple of times, but only when I couldn't hear myself think.
Right. Well, it seems like this cryptid lives off fear and negative emotions almost. I don't want to tell you what to do, but maybe try and standing up to it. I mean, it's not gonna... It needs you to find this place, so it's not like it's gonna hurt you. I don't know. You do whatever you think's
there are more ways
best.
to hurt me than just physically, you know.
Yeah. Well, if it happens while either of us are around, let us know. We'll see if we can do our best to help.
Okay, I'll let you know.
Okay.
Oh,
We got our goals.
I suppose we do.
What time do we meet back here? Dinner?
For dinner or after dinner?
I'd say 4. Let's bring some food. Eat at the Osgrove.
I like that.
Yeah, it'll be like, I think I've heard humans call it a pacnic.
Yeah. Yeah, because you pack it. You pack the nicks.
No, he's got a point,
Neat.
though. He's got
It
a
is.
point.
The nick. Yes.
What about your lady love? Want to say goodbye to her?
No, I don't need to say goodbye now. I'm a free spirit. I don't. We had something, but there's a lot more going on in my life right now. But it was nice to have that connection. I'm not going to lie. Maybe I'll write a note. You're right. That feels terrible now that I've said it out loud.
I know that I'm gonna say goodbye to all the people I've talked to, like Mel, and probably I don't know if I should talk to the headmaster though, because he might try to stop us.
No, I don't think so. I'm gonna talk to the child. I like him a lot more than I like the chick.
Is he gonna be okay if we're not here? I mean, it seems like we've had to save him like 3 times now.
He's with the
He'll be
headmaster.
alright.
Yeah, there's nothing much more we can do.
I think I'll just write Maverick a letter.
I like that. So I'm gonna bring the sides. Yes, for the food tonight.
Okay.
Who's got main course? And I'm looking at Zane.
Main course. You like... He looks over at Zeph like, meat?
Maybe Zeph. Zeph, you want to take the main course? You can have drinks.
Yeah, I'll take the drinks.
Okay.
I'll get drinks and Zane. Yes, you can get meat for the main course. Okay.
Okay, don't talk to me like I'm a child, alright? I'm just asking if you want meat, lady. You're the picky one here.
I'm not picky. Whoever said I was picky?
You.
I did not.
You remember way back when we first showed up here, and I was going to town on all those meats, and you're like, oh, that's a bit much, isn't it?
Yes, because you were eating like a pig.
Hey, that ham saved my life in the trials.
Look at this. Look at this. Look at us. New purpose. New energy. A new adventure. All right, and I'm gonna start walking towards the town area. I'm gonna go buy some knickknacks.
Okay.
Before we separate, I should also tell you the things that Maverick wants to get to be able to do the ritual to transfer this bond. There's a helm of teleportation, a helm of telepathy, and a couple orbs, one of time and one of direction. And I don't know if we need to worry about any of that, but if a helm of teleportation sounds like it'd be great if we're adventuring.
It does.
True.
So maybe we could find it, and like, if we do need to do the ritual, we'll have it, but just for getting around, making things easier, we'd also have it, you know?
That sounds nice, actually, just to have.
Yeah.
Before we leave, do you think we ought to do like
What, like
as
one
much
more
gold as we could?
job?
Just as much gold as we could? I mean,
How much gold
It
do I
does
have?
cost money to travel.
Let me check my coin purse. I
yeah,
have
let's count how much we've got together.
290 on me.
Let's see here. Carry the 2 times this much. Silver's worth this much. Copper. I've got about 422 of it.
Okay.
If I had to round
That's
it.
so much more than I thought you had.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to get a whole. Just be like, I have 7 gold.
I've got about 3 gold.
You just so often elect to not take.
Right? No, that's good. That's good. So all together, we've got over 1,000 gold. So that's good. That's good.
Wait. So you both have like 400 gold.
I've got about 450.
Where's mine been going? I've been stealing this whole time. How have you guys have more gold than I have not spent money? What is going on?
I don't buy things.
Something is going wrong. The thief is the brokest. What is... Oh, shit.
Oh my!
If you don't record your money, that's not on.
Go shit.
Oh my, Kiara.
Oh
I
my.
forgot. I had forgotten until this very point. We still have to find a way to the plane of waste.
No, we don't. That's not the plane.
Can you think of a more perfect location to lure the cryptid to than the plane of waste? He wants a good snack.
They
Like
said...
one more job just to make sure that we've got a little bit more money.
No, I think 1,000's more than enough. Let's just... We'll do jobs on the way.
We could check out the job board to see if there's something that looks enticing before we go.
Yes,
But I do think we
okay,
do
so-
have to go.
I agree. Let's just check out the job board then.
And then if we see someone
See if
like
there's
needing
anything
help,
new.
splash some water
I
on
still
them.
think, worst case scenario, we can't get rid of this cryptid connection, luring him to the plane of waste. Like, I like that idea.
That'll be
Good
plan B or
battlefield.
plan C.
Yeah, that'll be definitely in the plan list.
Good. I'd like to check the place out too, but you know that's besides the point. It's a good battlefield.
Yeah, some people want to go to gods for their scraps. You said the plane of waste is where I'll go. I'll never understand
I
it.
mean, with a name like the plane of waste, can you imagine all the lost things that end up there?
Imagine
Like,
going to a god and getting his things.
Maybe if a god throws things away, it ends up in the plane of waste. Did you think about that, Eris?
Have you ever thought that maybe it's just a plane of poop?
No. If it was that, then after a while, it'd turn into like the plane of soil.
I don't know if that's how that one works, but
And then, you know, with the seeds and stuff in the waste, it would turn into like the plane of trees or the plane of plants. Like, no, it's got to be man-made garbage. No way.
one
I
of
know
the...
the grades, man.
You know, you're right. Alright, you're in charge of the meat.
Meat. What kind of meat do you two want? I can probably find anything.
Ugh, I'm gonna go and check out the job board.
I'm going away and I'm thinking I'm gonna bring meat too, because I don't know where he's bringing the meat from, so I'm gonna bring meat as well.
I'm going to the job board as well, but I just need to know.
That isn't Reginald.
No, we're not eating Reginald. He's coming with us. He's a good
I
boy.
said who isn't Reginald?
Yeah,
Oh,
you did
okay.
say.
I mean, Reginald's Lady Love that he found in the royal stables, maybe, sure.
Lady Love.
True.
So much lady loving going on today.
No. I'm opposite. I ain't no simp.
Would you rather there's some, like, man love going on?
It's guy love, that's all it is.
Down for some man love.
We love guys. Alright,
If you guys know where that's from, then you're great. And if you don't know where that's from, you've missed out on a lot of things in life.
Of course I do. So we're going to the assignment board.
Yeah, okay.
Alrighty.
Yes.
There are a couple of new things. There is an addition of the Madame Fortune poster. There is like several of this farmer Holmes who just keeps warning everyone of his bloodhound that he now has.
Oh my gosh.
A local hunter who was found mutilated and hung from a tree, and a kind of addition to the flaying raven warning that the raven has been spotted.
You know, with all the notifications here, like, this is totally from a meta sense here. Seems like this Farmer Holmes guy might be a dude to visit with all his fucking notices. Like, it seems like a scream for attention. Like, literally, there's like 8 of them that say attention.
It could be. It could also... I mean, that's up to your own interpretation. I'll leave that up to you.
We were supposed to visit Madame Fortune at one point as well.
We were.
I suppose we could.
Arcadia's master wizard. How far away is Castle Arcadia?
It is in the city. You guys go there almost all the time. That is where the citadel is. With
there on a daily basis.
with Valera, and where the barracks is that you guys have both been detained and thrown people into.
That's right. I remember now.
Oh, remember that? Nice.
Shush.
The old noggin.
I might go and check this out if it's alright with you guys. If you want to come with.
Oh, so now we can go get the missing item for 5,000 gold when I wanted to do it at the very beginning. Oh, that's a
We're
terrible
more
idea. You can't do that,
experienced
Zane.
now.
We are equally as experienced as we were 2 weeks ago. What is
Really
the deal
not.
now? I'm more than happy to go there. I'm just saying that all of a sudden now you want to go there and you didn't want to do it before. And I just want to say I was right. We should got to do that because it's a lot of gold.
So are you gonna come or not?
Yes, I'm gonna come. Let's go. Yeah, I'm going. What about you, Eris? Oh wait, Eris isn't here.
No.
Oh hey! Rummage around in a pouch, pull out the stone. Shh. Eris. Eris.
Yes, hello, yes,
I'm talking
Hello?
to you, Eris.
yes,
On the stone of communication, I'm talking to you, Eris.
yes, hello,
Eris, hey,
hello.
what are you doing?
Yeah, how much are the golden potatoes? Okay, yeah, I'll take. I'm shopping right now. How can I help you?
We're going to Castle Arcadia.
For what?
5,000 gold.
Wait. No, we said no. We have 1,000 gold.
We're going that way. You can meet us on the way. The market's close.
But I'm gonna have food on me.
So carry it. That's what I do.
Are you gonna do anything crazy? What's happening
we're
over
going to
there?
retrieve and return the missing item of Castle Arcadia's Master Wizard. Payment upon the item safe return. Rewarding experience adventure.
I
Full day. Reward 5,000 gold.
I understand, but are you leaving to go get the item today?
It depends where the item is. I can't imagine it's very far away.
I-
It's 5,000 gold.
Look, are we canceling dinner or not? What's going on?
No, we'll still have dinner. We're just getting the information, Eris. Come on.
Okay, get the information. I'll set up dinner. You guys don't worry about it. I'll get the drinks. I'll get the food. I thought a dinner in Osgrove would be lovely. I wanted that.
Zane, is he getting food right now?
I'll get everything.
Yes, he's getting food.
Can you ask him to get like some green beans?
Green beans.
Oh
And
yeah,
see
sure.
if they'll have like dried kelp.
Zeph is asking for beans that are green and some kelp that is dry.
Okay, I'll get the food, and I'll get the drinks, and I'll get it set up. Let's just
Are you gonna get the dry seagrass?
sea kelp, dried kelp, and green beans.
The beans that are green.
Yes, you have any of that here?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, you know what I
And if
like.
we can find some like oranges, fresh oranges, I can make us some like orangeade.
Oranges.
Okay. She also wants oranges to
Okay.
make orangeade.
Okay, I understand what she's trying to say. You were just confusing me more.
Orangeade.
Okay, I get it. All right. I'll get the stuff. You guys get the information. And
Anything else, F? Anything else?
is it really 5,000 gold we're going for?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, she also says like as much meat as you can carry.
Okay, yeah, she said that. Okay, 100%.
Yeah, she said that. Yeah.
I don't believe you at all, but I'll get as much meat as I can carry.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
We'll go see if it's easy to get this item and like double our money.
5,000 gold is a lot. I'm not going to lie.
Well, wait, we only have like 1,000, so that'd be like 5 times the money. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good. We should do that.
Okay, goodbye.
Oh, okay. I'll put this stone away. Well, this is handy. I forgot about these.
You did?
Well, for a little bit.
All right. So, he's gonna get everything, and then we're gonna go.
Yes, he's getting the food and the drinks and the dinner, and we're gonna go get the bread.
Yeah, I understood that. I think the dough, right?
No.
Never mind. Let's go.
Alrighty. So you guys head to Castle Arcadia. And you guys know the direction. It takes you about as long as it usually does. It's not a terribly busy day, not a busy morning, but you kind of walk up to the castle walls. The guards kind of immediately just kind of let you in, as you have been usually. You guys have been allowed in by not only the fact that they kind of, fucked up with some detainment issues, as well as you're just kind of passively allowed here by Inquisitor Valera.
Mhm.
Are you guys going? I assume you guys are just going straight to the castle itself, castle proper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you kind of walk in, and there's a few people kind of hustling and bustling about, kind of just going through basic chores throughout the day, doing some cleaning, watering plants, organizing what needs to be organized, running around with a bunch of files and documents that need to be taken care of for the day or possibly the week. And an individual kind of you catch their eye, and they kind of walk up. Oh, hello. I'm sorry, were you is there something I can do for you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
We're here looking for the master wizard. We see he's missing an item, and he's got lots of gold.
Ah, you're here to speak with Artheris. Well, come on. I can take you to the quarters.
Great.
And
You got
You guys
any
kinda walk-
information about him on the way there? Like, is he a nice guy? Is the item big, heavy, light? Where'd he lose it?
Do you know what
She-
the item is?
she is very nice.
Oh,
as long as you don't
okay.
get on the bad side.
Okay, and what's her bad side like?
Dangerous, I imagine.
What do you do to get there?
I try not to, so I'm not sure.
Well, okay, so what
Well, I do my job.
Zane.
and They don't stray from that.
Remember we talked about you doing the thing where you ask too many questions too quickly?
Oh, right. Sorry.
Oh, no
Whatever your
worries.
name is, no more questions. I will force
Jeanette.
myself to not do it. It's okay.
Oh, alright, let's, right over here. And, she kind of leads you over to to the stairwell that kind of goes off into another, kind of like just a very stereotypical wizard tower, on kind of the more eastern side of the castle.
Mhm.
And, you guys walk up for, quite some time, and just kind of are going up the spiral staircase for a little bit, probably going up about 6 or 7 floors before you kind of reach the top with a landing and a very ornate looking door that has it's like a fine carved mahogany wood with this kind of blue energy kind of outlining it.
Dang. Zeph, anybody who lives up this many stairs has got to be like super fit.
Yeah, unless they, like levitate up them.
Looks over at the servant, looking like he really has a question, but then he holds it back.
You just kind of see her reach up and just kind of dong 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 as the blue energy kind of pulses with each kind of tap on the door. And as you see the door kind of swing open, nobody answers it, but there's a woman kind of on the far end doing something not dissimilar to what Headmaster Felix does, where there's just like a couple of books floating and you see her like kind of reading from them, but the difference being she's actually looks like she's currently experimenting with something and kind of pulls a couple of components and throws it into a cauldron and kind of spins her finger in a circle to kind of stir the cauldron a little bit.
Ooh.
Oh. Hello, you two. Who might she be?
Hey, I'm Zephyrin.
Yeah, and I'm Zane.
We're here to answer your ad on the job board, the assignment
Oh.
board.
Yes, you're
Right.
called for aid to find your
Yes.
missing item.
You two are adorable. You're just kind of seeing this woman who kind of dusts her hands off, and as she does, a prestidigitation just kind of flutters across her entire body. It kind of blows back this long, bright, like crimson red hair with these pointed half-elf ears with a few golden earrings, and this kind of green robed dress with I don't know what it's, can't remember off the top of my head what it's called, but kind of like
A moo.
stop. There's a like almost just like a collar that rests on the shoulders, made of what looks to be gold.
Brooch?
A brooch? No, not like a small thing.
I lean over.
It's
She's really pretty.
but
Yeah.
also has these like long not fingerless. It's just kind of like a glove that goes up past her elbow, but the strap only goes between her thumb and her index finger. There's not actually any gloves on there. Has these just bright green eyes and just kind of endured in a necklace, rings, and has like a little eye tattoo next to her right eye.
I reiterate, she's pretty.
Yeah, I mean, she does look pretty good, but I mean, needs more armor, you know?
Oh. You two came to see about the ad put in then.
Yes, there's actually a third one of us, but he's busy getting supplies for dinner, so we came instead.
Adorable. Come on in. Let me have a look at you.
I do so.
Yeah, I step in, looking around, like, okay.
You see her kind of flick her wrist in the air, and this oval pane of glass just kind of like the size of a jar lid kind of shoots out of her wrist, and she kind of uses it to look over you guys. Okay, no, I see. So we have a paladin. Okay. A little bit of... I don't mean to be rude, but you know your body's doing it, right?
My body's doing what?
Just kind of the basic, like, you know, one of your arms is a little longer, one of your legs is a little shorter, your toes and fingers aren't all the correct.
I know what he's talking about. I'm just asking her to testify.
Got it. Alright, and we see another wizard. Interesting. What kind of spells do you know of?
I know a lot
He's
of
got a
spells.
cool shadow blade.
Yeah, I've got that.
It's a good spell to have.
I've got a few cantrips, like what you did, and I put my hands together and, press the digitation, some dirt off of my knee or something.
She stopped the spell of mine earlier with like an anti-magic spell.
Yeah, I'm learning counter spell.
Oh, so not anti-magic, just counterspell. Well, that's be expected. Do you have it down yet, or are you still practicing?
Still practicing, but I'm getting really close.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, she stopped my command spell pretty easily. I mean, it still kind of got through, but it didn't make her fall down.
Well, I have to say the ad was for a little more experienced.
We are experienced. We've stopped 2 kidnappings, slain a whole little horde of goblins, stopped a murderous organized crime guy. We fought the flaying raven. Pretty sure it was her. She ran away from us. We scared her off. We're
Sure,
very
if we're
experienced.
exactly experienced as you are requesting, but we do have experience, more experience than we did when we first got here, at least. And if we can help you, we'd like to try.
Interesting. Well, if you think you're up to the task, you're more than welcome to try.
Okay, so
If
what is it?
anything, you're adorable, and it'll be fun.
What is this missing item? Then how'd you lose it, and where'd you last see it? Oh, questions. Chat.
Good.
They're good questions, though. First, we need to know what the item is.
You definitely have the question portions of your experience down. The item in question is a cauldron of rebirth. And
Cauldron of Rebirth.
where I last had it was here, and how it's gone missing is my colleague stole it and presumably sold it to someone else.
Ooh,
Who's your colleague?
His name's Michael.
Michael.
Don't worry, I doubt you'll run into him. He has a habit of getting what he wants and fucking right up.
Ooh, that's unfortunate. I kind of would like to talk to him about who it sold it to. Do you have any idea of
Oh.
who he could have sold it to?
Well, that's the thing. I know exactly who it is.
Oh, perfect.
I just don't have the time to get it.
Oh well, we got plenty of time.
As I see.
So who has your magic pot?
Well, I don't know the who, but I know where it is, and it is in a small cave not too far east of here.
Could you maybe point it out on a map to us?
Of course. And she just kind of, you see her kind of wave her hand and step aside, and a banner kind of pops up and then unfurls rapidly. And she brings up this map of just the like this country, and just kind of a couple, for us looking at it, a couple hexes away. It's probably about a 2.5 day travel, but kind of like right where the N is
Ooh.
on Kosan,
Mm-hmm.
or like where the bottom of the N is on that right side, anyway.
Okay, that's not too far away.
Okay.
How heavy is this pot of yours? Like, will we be able to carry it, or do we need like a special like? You let us have your pond levitating stick or something? I don't know.
I'm sure it will be very easy for you to get if you're experienced, as you say. I'm sure you'll find a way to do it.
How
Sure.
heavy is it?
I
Not
just
terribly
asked if she
heavy.
didn't say.
It's small enough to carry in 2 hands.
Again, that's not exactly an answer to the question. How heavy is it? Is it 10 pounds, 15, 20, 50?
Probably 20 to 30. I don't measure it, love. Don't go around measuring things much.
So it's got
But-
rebirth in the name. Like, does it birth people?
Not exactly.
Oh. Well, what do you want it for? That's probably not a very good question.
Well, I can use it for crafting some spells, using it as a suitable component for some other spells that I have, crafting potions, really kind of a few things. Using it as a spell focus is one thing.
Oh. He looks over at Zeph. Hey, Zeph. You think she'd have one of the things we were looking for?
One of the things. One of
Yeah.
the things.
Well, I'll just go out and ask her. So the reward is pretty generous, but considering our, as you say, lack of experience, but as I say, dearth of experience, do you think you could amend the reward to also include, I don't know, like a helm of teleportation?
Oh! Or telepathy.
Yeah. You seem
There's,
like a really good magical sword. Like you'd have access to those kind of things, right?
I could, but those are a little more pricey than what we have in the range for this.
What do you mean a little more pricey? The guy I was talking to said that they're not very useful for many things, so they're pretty cheap.
Well, they're useful where they're useful. They're not the most useful item one can have. They're more... Their rarity is not of incredible note, but there's still a little bit of price to them. In fact, the Helm of Telepathy would be twice the reward you'll be getting.
Would it not be twice the task for us to retrieve? Looking very hopeful. Like, yeah?
The job isn't for you to find the cauldron, it's for you to bring it back. That's the 5,000.
Uh-huh.
I think to put a hand on Zane's shoulder, I think perhaps we shouldn't push it. If we happen to find it, we can bring it back and we can get the reward, and maybe we can find someone capable of making one, and maybe we can persuade them to make it for less.
Maybe.
If not, we do still have this connection, and I'm sure that we can do something for her at a later time.
Right.
Keeping that network open is always good.
Well, I would have a recommendation for you then, wizard lady Arthrisha?
Artheris.
Artheris. Okay. Sorry. While we're retrieving your cauldron, maybe consider, we are looking to travel somewhere. I don't know where exactly. We're gonna speak to Valara about it. But, if you have anything as well that might require some distance, maybe, just keep us in mind.
We'll see how this job goes, and then if I have other things in the future, perhaps I can call upon you.
Okay. So if you know where this cauldron is, do you know anything else about this cave? Like, are there a bunch of nasty creatures in there guarding it?
Possibly. I mean, I'm assuming if somebody purchased this item, and they know that it was stolen from Arcadia, they probably have some way of
Fair enough. If they have multiple cauldrons there, like, how will we know which one's yours? Does it have, like, your name on it?
That's a good point. Is there any definitive markings?
It will have enchantment symbols on it of its class of enchantment.
Which is?
Yeah,
Is
like,
it just
maybe
enchantment?
you could draw a picture?
Let's see, it would be...
Do you have a magically attuned ladle that goes with this pot that'll, like, glow when it gets close to it?
I think, it would be symbols of the School of Abjuration.
Oh.
She kind of turns over to Effie, something I hope that you're familiar with.
Absolutely.
Okay.
It's not my area of expertise or anything, but you know, I know quite a few abjuration spells.
Well, then there you go.
Okay. And you want us to just bring it back to you here, or do you have like a drop-off point somewhere?
Bring it back here and we'll be good to go.
Okay.
Great. Is there anything else that we should know before we head out?
Try not to die.
Thank you.
Cool.
That's
Yeah, I
always.
mean, I
always
suppose
a
if we do
concern.
die, it's
I'll find someone else.
All right. Well, thank
I mean,
you,
it is
and
it is a
hopefully
cauldron
we'll
of
be back
rebirth, so
soon.
like.
I think it's just a name, Zane. I don't think that's what. Well, either way, thank you very much, Artheris.
Thank you. I look forward to seeing how this pans out.
And I guess with that, we'll leave.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, sounds like a good deal. It's this cauldron. It's got rebirth in the name. Like, there's gotta be some way to rebirth people with it.
I'm just not sure. Sometimes things are named not necessarily for the very obvious thing that they do. Sometimes it's more symbolic.
Maybe. I normally think of cauldrons like a witch kind of thing, not really a wizard kind of thing, though.
Well, we are witches.
No, I'm talking like a hag, like that kind of witch.
That is highly offensive, really.
Okay, so you're saying that hags don't have separate magic from witches and other wizards? It works differently? Like,
Their
they can do
magic
some weird
does work
stuff.
differently, but I've never known a hag to use a cauldron.
Really? That's like the stereotypical thing about hags, is they're always mixing something in a big cauldron and they want to like put you in it and eat you. Like that's what they always told the goblin children.
Yes, and they've made many a book about certain things like that, but it's always because they want the children to fear the magic users, and I don't understand that at all.
I mean, we did have a really large cauldron back in the cave that we could have fit people in if we wanted to cook them. I assume this is just gonna continue on with the digression. And where are we
Yeah.
headed after this? Like,
Where are you
were we
headed?
gonna talk to Valara while we were here at the capital and see if she had anything for us to do later?
I thought this would be a great time to have that break.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was
Yeah.
just thinking if there's anything small you guys wanted to do before break.
No. No.
I would like to solve the shortage of diamonds in the world, please. That's a small issue.
Tell
Not
you what,
when
if
my
you can
dog
tell
has
me,
to pee that bad.
if you can tell me the end game for the campaign right now, I'll let you win.
Everybody lives happily ever after.
Nope. Alrighty, and we'll be back. Alright, we're gonna take a little
15 at least.
15? Okay.
Yep.
We will be back in roughly 15 minutes, give or take.
15 arena.
15 arenos.
Oh, so
all good to go.
Dude, and we're here.
We're alive.
Alrighty.
We're back.
Were we more than 15
and
minutes?
We're back. Yeah, sorry, that's on me. I had to make a call.
No, that's okay.
Well, accept the call. Alrighty, so we left you guys at the Castle Arcadia, with the possibility of wanting to maybe go speak with, Inquisitor Valera?
Yeah.
Maybe.
That's up to you guys.
Well, we want to talk to each other first.
Yeah, go for it.
Well, I meant the.
thinking we skip until it's dinner time.
Okay.
I just want to give you a list of the foods I'm buying so you can tell me how much it is.
Alright.
I'm buying green beans, dried kelp.
Okay.
Okay, wait. I've lumped them into two groups. This first group is things unprepared, fresh, untouched. Green beans, dried kelp, nuts. I want grapes. I want figs, lettuce, and cucumbers. Everything now is going to be cooked. I want it prepared. So I'm going to be going to people who can make this and have it ready for me. I want garlics and leeks grilled. I need some 3 shanks, a rack of ribs. I want brisket. And I would like unfermented wine and a big basket to carry it all. And a blanket.
Unfermented wine? What, you mean like fruit juice?
Yup. Exactly what I mean.
It's like, I'd like some unpickled pickles, please.
Give me cucumber. I said
for
what I
all
said.
that, we'll say a solid 3 gold.
Okay, I give him the 3 gold.
Okay.
Ask us why you have no money. It's buying stuff like this. Which
Hey,
is nice, don't get me
this
wrong.
is for the
but
crew, alright?
Here's
That is-
where
that
it's
is-
going.
That is just 1 gold more than what is considered an aristocratic meal.
Because we better than them.
Alrighty, well, then with that, we will go ahead and jump to the Osgrove, and you guys having your dinner.
Okay.
You guys walk in to see Eris just have this massive feast.
Okay.
Dang,
Um,
Iris, you got tables and everything?
Yes, I did.
Where'd you find all this stuff?
Oranges and dried kelp.
Yep, there is right over here. And I point towards it.
Oh.
Everything on our list.
Great.
As well as unfermented wine. Because while we are celebrating,
Great.
we need to be in the right mindset for tonight's discussion.
Yeah, speak for yourself. Last time you guys drank, I was fine.
Well, yeah, last time I purposely needed to get out of the right mindset. Alright. So,
I don't want to disparage your feasting skills, Eris, but like, your arms must have been real tired after walking around out in the market.
yeah, definitely have. I am
Because
exhausted.
you know, when I asked you as much meat as you could carry, I was expecting more.
This is a lot of meat. This is 3 shanks, a rack of ribs, and brisket. This is more than like...
It's absolutely great. Thank you very much, Eris.
huge.
We should not be displeased in the
I'm not
feast.
displeased. I'm not even disappointed. I was just saying, like, I thought you were training your arms so you would have been able to carry more. That's all I'm saying.
I did not even
You
have
and
to...
I need to work more together to improve your meat carrying capacity.
No. No. I completely and utterly disagree with you. No. No. But yes, this is a lot of meat. And you see a lot of meat. 3 shakes, a rack, and brisket is a lot of meat.
Yeah, I know how much meat it is.
You foolish man.
Hey, don't get me wrong. I recognize the effort you went through to get this meat, and I will say that it will likely be enough meat. I'm just saying, for future reference, an armload of meat. I'm referring to a different quantity, if you know what I mean, okay?
Okay. Like, your size load of meat?
No, like, I'm talking like half a pig.
Oh my goodness.
After having this conversation, I'm just gonna go sit down and start making a plate.
I think maybe if you want half a pig, you say half a pig.
Well, to me, I can hold a half a pig in my arms, and that's, it's good. That's a good amount of meat.
Well, if you don't share that information with me, how do I know?
I thought we'd eaten next to each other enough that you would know that, Eris. I'm sorry.
What? Wait, whoa, how does that transition? Wait, we've eaten next to each other. I've never seen you say, get me an armload of meat, and you start carrying around half a pig.
But you see how much meat I eat on a daily basis, and would you not quantify that as an armload?
No, because you don't eat an armload. At least I don't think you eat an armload every meal.
Not usually, but we're celebrating, right?
That's not the point here. The point is specification of, like, your measurements. What are you doing?
Oh. Well, I do apologize. We're not the best at being precise, my people. We just kind of... It's very contextual with our references to size.
I'm like, wiping off some sweat. Yeah, well, I tried really hard, okay? First thing you do...
I'm not saying you didn't. I'm not disparaging your efforts. I'm just letting you know for the future, if I ask for an armload of meat, what I'm expecting. You did great this time. There's a lot of meat here.
All right.
This is good looking.
I'll take it. Half a pig next time. Half a pig. I will bring half a pig. We'll take that.
Okay. Sorry. Thank you.
Eat some meat, damn it. It's all here, right here.
It is here.
I
love all this stuff here. You did a great job, Eris. I don't know where you found all this stuff. It is great.
I angrily munch on a cucumber.
I am going to cast Prestidigitation to make the cucumber warm.
Thank you.
Warm cucumber?
It's good. And I eat it. Is it still crunchy? No, it doesn't mess with the crunch.
No.
I don't think Prestidigitation has a clause to mess with the texture of objects.
Thank God.
No.
Okay. Well, so how did you guys' meetup go?
We got the job.
Oh, nice. Is it gonna be...
We know where to go. It's about 2 days outside of town.
Yeah, it's just in some random cave. There's a big pot with a bunch of magic writing on the side of it, and supposedly it brings people back to life.
Oh.
It's abjuration magic, so...
Well, she called it like a pot of revivification or something, like...
Okay, it was a cauldron of rebirth.
Cauldron of rebirth, there we go.
Well,
I'm not sure if we, are even up for the task, but I mean, it gives us a direction to go when we leave.
You know what I'm thinking of? We were exploring in caves in that general area when we met that Fey Lord guy, right?
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, you think he might have found that paladin lady's body by now?
I mean, if he did, he'd have sent her to the cathedral, right?
I don't know. I thought he was going to try to return them both at the same time, body and spirit.
Yeah, he was very iffy about where she was going to end up.
He is. But what I'm saying is, like, maybe if we have this pot of rebirth and we do something with his body, if it is there, on the way back, maybe we could, bring her back to life and bring her back with us.
Except for none of us knows exactly how that cauldron works.
True.
And we're not even sure if that is the purpose of the cauldron.
True.
Not rebirth in the name, lady. Like, what else could it be for? Is it to make a great pot of chili?
Remember, we don't...
Again!
Let's be careful about
Metaphor!
definitions.
Magic works in a lot of metaphors.
It's true. She's right.
I just don't want you to get your hopes up for something that might not even be possible.
Well, I don't know if you know this about me yet, Zeph, but, like, I thrive on hope of the impossible. Like, my whole position right now is impossible. I never would have saw myself here a year ago, 5 years ago. I never thought I'd be learning and attending school and wearing armor and going around solving quests and saving people and helping everybody. Like, I never thought this would happen at all. I always thought I was just gonna be like maybe a decent hunter like my dad and helping feed people in the tribe. I mean, that's never saw any of this. So don't discount the improbable. Like, even the impossible might become possible within time,
Wow. Yeah, you're right. Things could be possible. But, so we're gonna go get this cauldron. We take it back, we get our money, and we head out. And then any side quests we have off that stemming, we'll take care of that as well. But when it comes to it, I'm pretty sure will Zeph, do you have a way to identify an object once we have it with us? Like, figure out what it does or how it works? I don't have those capabilities.
No, but I can maybe look into it.
Yeah, I mean, if we could.
When you leave, because I could go to the library tonight and see if there's a spell or something that I could potentially buy.
Oh, they might have a scroll of a spell that you could just buy.
That too.
Well,
A spell that would tell you what stuff's about would probably be pretty common. Like, I imagine it wouldn't cost too much.
I like that. Also,
So when do you want to leave?
tomorrow, as soon as possible. Let's head out, get our work done.
And then how soon do you want to leave afterwards? Like, once we return the magic pot?
Wait a minute.
Huh?
I do have a spell that can do that. I literally can do a spell. That spell.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, can you?
I can.
Did you just, like, forget about it and you're flipping through your book and you're like, oh, wait, here we go?
No, I just remembered, like with my mind.
Oh,
Did you see me pull out my book?
no?
Well,
I couldn't have.
Hey, you're pretty religious with that journal of yours. I don't know what you got written in there all the time.
I've got a lot of stuff written in there.
there is something I need to tell you both.
Okay.
Are you pregnant?
I've gotten some new powers. Yep. Let's say that. Let's say I've had a rebirth.
Oh, that's different than what I was saying. I thought you had a baby.
Yeah. I just
He's
got-
a young. Oh my god. Okay.
He's talking about being a god, and he's saying that he's got to tell us something. It seems like a logical jump to me.
Yes. It's very true.
Okay. Wait. Okay. You've got new powers. What sort of new powers?
And you see me close my eyes, and you see I cast Shield of Faith on Effie, and you see this gray misty smoke come from around me and start swirling around and attaching you to your chest area, kind of creating like a chest plate, giving you 2 AC.
Oh.
Hey, did you just make armor?
Yeah, and I can do a couple of things. And I don't know who it is that talks to me, or who I am, or what it is, but I'm on a path. It's a little bit different than what the path I was on before.
What happened? When did this happen?
Yeah. I mean, who gave you these powers? You said.
I don't know. I don't know if I want to know. I don't know what it means. But I have...
that scythe guy who chopped all those people in half yesterday?
Oh, the wisp.
Like 5
The
days ago?
cyclone that helped Effie get to me. Or the winds that brought you here. Look, there's weird things happening, and I don't know what it has to do with who I am. I'm just trying to accept it and not delve too deeply because it scares me slightly.
Huh.
But as it reveals itself to me, I guess I'll have to be thankful, because these are different and these are new. And I'm different. I am new.
So, does this mean you're gonna start wanting armor?
No, not at all. I'm not going to change anything about myself.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely not.
No. I'm
No
probably...
armor then.
I mean,
Are you
I-
gonna start using a mace or like a holy focus?
I've not gotten that far. I just have new abilities. I'm probably going to be running around just like I was before. Shooting arrows just like I was before.
Oh,
Now
so
I
what's changed then?
can better help you.
Now I believe in God. Me.
Yeah.
He believes in himself. Yes.
I look around. You guys see my eyes go. Now you see my eyes go crazy. Was that me? Who was that? God. Look, I just heard something in my head, and it's this fucking voice. I don't know if it's my own or someone else's.
Huh.
Weird. I whip out
That
the
is
eyeglass
really
again to see if he's got a connection behind him. Like,
Nope, not necessarily. All right now.
Oh,
Okay.
you don't have a tether, so I don't know who could be talking to you in your head.
But now I have newfound abilities, and I just wanted you guys to go forward knowing the things I can do now to help us as a
So
group.
what else can you do? Like, the spectral armor is cool, don't get me wrong. I'm just like, you want us to know what you can do going forward, so tell us.
How many slots do I have actually? Let's make sure I'm not like just shooting shit off. Okay.
Right.
I casted it. Okay, what's my next slot? I think I have. Okay. Oh, okay, perfect. So I'm gonna go ahead and point at the body of water, and you start to see that same gray fog coalesce around my arm, and just concentrate in my palm. And I cast Guiding Bolt, and it just shoots into the water. I said, those are the two I have right now. And it's like this. You just see this line of smoke following, shooting straight into the water, and just.
I can do that one. Yeah, that looks familiar. I mean,
Yeah.
minus the shadows. Yeah.
See?
Wait, you've only got the two?
Well, this is all I know. I've not tried much else, but I'm pretty sure there's going to be more I can do. It's kind of coming to
wait.
me.
Okay, Zane, you do divine magic, right?
Yeah. Comes from Kiara.
So that means that you're doing divine magic, Eris.
Comes from who?
That's the question.
Wait a minute. Can I make a check to determine, is he a warlock, or a paladin, or a cleric? Based on what he's shown so far, can I roll to connect the dots? Some sort of like insight or something, I don't know.
Yeah, I'll give you insight.
Hey, that's an 18 on the die. Insight, I have a +3. So, 21. What do I get with a 21 insight on you, Oso? What do I learn about your condition?
You definitely are going to. You know it's not a warlock for sure.
Not a warlock.
Yes, and you definitely
Okay.
know it's not a paladin.
Not a warlock, not a paladin.
By process
yeah,
of learning.
That's all you can glean from
Because
that
you
roll.
didn't want any armor, so I figured the paladin thing. And you're not really any more edgy than you were before, so it's probably not a warlock.
You're not wearing a My Chemical Romance t-shirt, so I'm gonna go with cleric, I guess?
You were MCR.
Well, if the voice in your head mentions anything about, who it might be, I might be able to help figure out how things go a little bit. I'm not really an expert in all things divine, but I did travel with paladins for a good long while, and they told me a lot of things.
Really? Okay, yeah. If you want to talk to me, or if you are me, it could be me. I feel like I am a god. But
Okay. Don't take it too far, Eris. That kind of blasphemy is how you get smote.
I know, but I mean, if I said it like 75 times, I feel like I would have been smoked
but, like,
already.
The gods really don't like upstart gods, and they might think it's a joke at first, but the more you say it, the more they might believe it.
Do you
and
guys...
They'd really rather not have to deal with more gods trying to show up.
You think it's possible to become like a god? Like, in this plane? Like, for any of us? Can any of us three become
Well,
gods?
I did actually learn something about that in my studies.
What?
This last week.
Wait, you two are learning about being gods? I thought we were studying to fight the cryptid.
Well, how do you get stronger?
Yes, I was. Exactly. It turns out there's a goddess. Her name's Ione. and she has these stones that, if you collect all of them, it's said that you can become as powerful as a god.
Okay, I like that. For
How
me,
many
for,
stones are
just-
there?
That is just a theory, of course. And you guys see Headmaster Felix kind of coming through the entryway to the Osgrove.
oh yes.
Oh, right.
Oh, hey,
Yes.
Felix.
Hey there.
Hello.
You want some dinner? We got extra, I think.
No, we did
As long
not.
as you don't mind, sharing.
Of course not. I actually was hoping you might offer so that we might be able to speak.
Wait. Did you bring anything?
And he kind of
I think we've got
Conjures up,
plenty
like,
here to
conjures up
share.
a few pastries for everybody and slides it over.
Take a seat, Headmaster. Good man. Good man.
I
Gotta-
recognize your contribution to the feast and offer you a seat.
Well,
He kind of begins to gather some food. Go on then. We can, after your chat is done, we can have ours.
Well, I believe, yes, it's just a theory, but it's the closest thing I've found.
Well, my studies brought me to being, as I am of an essence of the plane of air. I can get to a point where I infuse myself into the plane itself, and I gained that power. Well, I would have to deal with a lot of other people because many others have done it and tapped into that pool. But I would be basically like a deity, god type.
Would that also mean, like, gaining a crippling weakness to, like, dirt or water?
I would not exist anymore. I'd be the air. You'd feel me.
Oh.
Yes, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It takes away like your individuality.
I don't
That
think
does-
that's the way to go.
Oh, that doesn't sound like something you'd want to do till, like, you're really old and about to die anyway.
Well, when you said that we can find an energy to pop the cryptid, what if I had that pool of energy? Imagine.
Right, but how would we be able to even reach you? Because it's like you said, you'd be gone. It
If-
would only be the amalgamation left over.
If I'm attached to the string, and then I become the plane of air, then that means he's technically attached to the plane of air. Right? Am I
Yeah,
making
but-
any sense, Headmaster?
Well, he wouldn't necessarily be attached to the plane of air because the tether would have to be someone physical. It would just simply stop.
So there'd be no tether at all.
Admit, if you were to transfer the host from someone to you, and you became one with the elemental plane of air, the tether would sever. The host has to be a living. While the elemental planes are somewhat living in themselves, they're also very much not.
Well, that takes that one out.
Plus, I'm not ready to lose you to the elemental plane of air just yet, Eris.
Yeah, well, it's more so way in the future. Still got some time to run. Stones of Ioun, though, sounds like a way more fun chase.
I don't know. I mean, more power is good and all, but isn't the cryptid more powerful than any of the gods here anyway? Like, what good is it going to do to elevate us to that position if we're still far below him?
Well, it's all about being prepared. It's about making sure that we've got some sort of protection.
I don't know. There is something to be said for, like, heading off the stampeding herd, as it were, you know,
Yeah.
going forward and halting the flow of all those animals, all that energy going forward. But there's also something to be said about redirecting it, or, you know, just getting out of the way. We don't have to beat the cryptid, we just have to avoid him.
I'm liking the idea of running away more and more.
Well, we don't need to talk about it right now.
True.
Headmaster Felix, You've graced us with your presence for a reason. What's going on?
I've come to ask you not to leave. Not yet.
Why?
There are still many things that you can learn at an establishment, a school like this. And there are certain things that you still need to learn in order to move on. If I would ask that you just give it simply a couple more days, and if maybe that hasn't come around and you don't feel that there's anything else you can learn here, then by all means. You have my blessing, and I can still do everything I can to help you in your journey. But I would ask that you give it just another day.
Well, we did plan on taking an assignment on the job board.
No, if it's one you think you're ready for, then I'll happily sign off on it.
I won't lie. I'm stuck on leaving. But if I'm outruled by my companions, then I'm outruled.
I mean, it'd be easier for me to have a concrete decision if you told us exactly what we're supposed to be waiting for. Like, what's gonna happen in the next 2 days that's gonna change everything?
Unfortunately, that's not an answer that I can give you just yet.
So you can tell us we're supposed to stay, but you can't tell us why we're supposed to stay? I mean, all this vague talking around things is part of the reason I want to go. I mean,
That's very understandable. The future is in flux. And while there are many reasons to stay, those reasons won't be known until they're present.
right, but you know why we should stay, or why you think we should stay. What reason do you have right now?
I think that there is a future in which you are able to help a lot of people. And the other students, they can help many people around the city and someday around the world as well, but I think in a less distant future, the three of you are able to help others around here in ways that some of them just can't.
So you're seeing multiple futures, and you're trying to get us to make another choice. It seems to me you
I'm
are
telling
doctoring
you-
something very strange.
I'm telling you that you're at a point in your lives where you have many choices, and there will become a time where you won't.
So if we stay another couple days, it's gonna bring us closer to this future that you've seen where we're more helpful?
If that's the choice you make. Yes.
What future do you see if we decide to leave?
Probably
A lot
just
of
as
people
helpful.
may hurt, but it's uncertain still. I'm not trying to force you in any specific future. It's mainly time is in points of fix and flux. Right now, you're in your time of flux, where you can choose the outcome of several different realities, several futures that could come to pass. Some of them, obviously, more ideal than the rest of them.
Okay, with all due respect, Headmaster, if you weren't truly trying to influence our choices, you wouldn't be telling us this at all. You would let us make our
I'm giving you
choice.
information that you don't already have.
And don't lie to yourself and say this isn't an influence.
Everyone who ever speaks to you is an influence.
Yes, so don't say you don't have an influence. Don't say you're not trying to, because you are. And
I'm giving you your choice.
you're giving us a choice that, well, you know we've already made, and you are giving us information that might change our choice, hence influence.
I suppose it's a way of
Well, it's logical.
in some sense. It's logical when you only have the one point of view.
I forgot. Science is a myth here.
No, science is an opinion.
Okay, there we go. That's what it was.
At least you're remembering.
Honestly, I'm not sure what the appropriate path is. But I think if we do this assignment like we planned on, it'll be 2 days there, 2 days back, and that'll be 4 days, even more than what you want. And we'll either stay then or we'll leave.
I think that's more than fair.
Also, what's also, sorry, Eris? Eris, Zane, what do you think?
Oh boy. I'm with you guys.
As always, I like the idea of helping as many people as possible, and if staying and doing what we were already gonna do is gonna help more people, then I'm all for it. Even if staying afterwards is gonna help more people, like, I'm not 100% set on leaving, I'm just tired of being left in the dark. I want to know why things are happening around us and affecting us where we don't have much of a say in it. Like, whether we have a say or not, I want to know the reason behind it.
And more of those reasons will become a little more obvious as in the next, well, the more recent, soon future.
Well, Effie, what are we doing? We're behind you. I'm trying to make
Headmaster. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was going to be cheeky and say the big decision's on you.
Ah, yes, the person with a connection straight to the eldritch monstrosity that wants to devour the world. They get to choose.
Oh, yes. We just rub my hands together maniacally. Headmaster.
Yes.
Thank you for bringing the predicament to our attention. I think we would like to do this assignment, and we will take the travelling days to talk to each other and fully decide what our more, more temporary future holds. If we get back and there is something that has derailed those plans, obviously we'll let you know.
Of course.
I don't necessarily want to go, but even you know that this campus doesn't hold all of the answers, or potential answers,
Oh no.
to
Everyone
how
has
we
to
can
leave
save
sometime.
ourselves.
I'll teach you everything I can until I can.
Once
do
this
wish
is
you-
all figured out, I do want to come back. You understand, right? I'm not leaving forever.
That's science then. Sometimes you just have to get away for a little bit, and then you'll just have to find your way back. I do wish
Everyone
you
now.
a safe travels, and I do hope you'll at least take a day to say goodbye.
Yeah, I mean, I was planning to.
Then it seems I will be speaking to you in a few days.
Please take some food with you, Headmaster.
I will. I think I'll take a plate for Vincent as well.
Yeah, how is Vincent doing? Is he settling in well?
He's doing fine. He's taking to some counseling that we've provided him to make sure he's doing all right, and to make sure that he understands that nothing is going to hurt.
That's just very good.
Yeah,
Very good.
it's good for him. Well,
Before the headmaster leaves, I would like to take out the Shard of Seeing and look at him and see if he's got anything wonky going on too.
see
He
him.
looking at him as he's kind of walking away, you see a little tether on the center of his back between his shoulder blades. There is the faintest, tiniest little thread of yellow light.
Of yellow light.
Mhm.
This is not green like the other one.
Nope.
Mm.
Well, guys, he does have a tether, but it's yellow.
Mm.
Interesting.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if you were perhaps connected to a celestial or something.
I mean, we've seen him be in multiple places seemingly at the same time. Maybe that's his astral projection tether.
Maybe.
What do you guys think he's trying to get at by telling us he needs our help, but not telling us what with? It confuses me. Like, they do this to us over and over again, where they say you're needed, and they don't say for what, how. Like, we get nothing. And it's like, it's not even that they don't know. It's that we can't know.
Yeah, that's one of the things that's really been bothering me.
I won't pretend to know what that's all about. I mean, at first I thought maybe they didn't know exactly what it was. Maybe it was just an intuition about some things, but the longer we've been here, the more I think you're right. They have the information. They're just not willing to share it with us yet because maybe they don't think we're ready for it.
Yeah, it just feels weird. Science is an
I
opinion.
don't know. I mean, he's the headmaster for a reason. A lot of magical things. And I'm sure that he's doing what he thinks is best, but sure would be nice for us to know what we're being involved in.
Yeah. Well, we'll do our contract, and if something happens, we're there for it. If not, then we're not. Is that what we decided upon?
Yes,
Yeah, I think so.
I think it's a good thing that we're taking this job as assignment. I really do.
Why do you say that?
Well, it's not that I'm not ready to leave. I mean, I do think it's best if we get out there and try to find other resolutions to our cryptid problem. But I feel I just have a feeling that we're going to need to stay for a little while. Or in the next few days, something's going to come up that something we'll need to know when we leave.
Well, I say we sleep on it, and tomorrow we go for the cauldron then. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like a plan to me.
Alright. Well, I don't know about you guys, but I start taking out a bedroll, and I'm gonna get ready to sleep here.
That's good.
I mean, it is quite nice.
Yep.
I suppose we could sleep here tonight.
Feels nice. But I only brought one bedroll, I'm not going to lie. I did not think about all of us sleeping here.
I mean, the dorms aren't that far away. We could go get our own bedroom.
Yes, okay. I like this idea. I'm gonna start cleaning up.
Okay.
Zane, do you want to stay here? I could fetch a bedroll for you.
He looks at Eris cleaning up. I don't know. You need help with cleanup duty?
No, not too much. I'm just putting it in a basket.
Nah, I can go back and get my stuff. I probably need to gather some things for the trip, too. You know, get all my traveling things in order. That sort of thing.
Okay. And I guess Zane and Effie will,
Don't take too long, please.
if we do, you're just gonna fall asleep.
I know, but it's like, why do I want to sleep alone when we made plans to sleep together? I'd like to go to sleep knowing my friends are around me this time, okay?
You're flirting. I'm just... Oh.
Yeah, what if some nasty Kenku come out of the wood while you're sleeping there?
Look,
and we're not there.
It's also why I want you guys around me, alright? I'm tired of being the one alone and getting fucked up. I don't want to do this. I just used 2 spell slots. Just, please, guys, please. This is the bird! This is the bird! The meta bird! I've used 2 spell slots! Don't leave me alone! Okay.
Kill them!
Gods won't help me twice.
Alright, so you two go to your dorms and grab your bedrolls.
Yes.
Eris, go ahead and roll initiative.
Oh, sheesh.
Fucking
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, a few moments go by, you clean up the Osgrove, get everything packed away, and after a few moments, unless Effie and Zane, there was something else you wanted to do while you're at your dorms other than grab your equipment and bedrolls?
Oh, bring lamps! I'm in the stone. Bring lamps, please, God, bring at least 3 lamps.
Bring lamps?
Lamps.
What do we need lamps for?
Because I want to sleep. I have night lights. I want night lights out here.
You mean lanterns?
Yeah, lanterns, yes.
Yeah, okay, we can bring the lanterns.
Yeah, thank God.
Alright, sure.
I mean, we're gonna have lanterns. Oh yeah, I've got lanterns in my pocket.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Me too.
I had to take a lot of stuff out to fit this in.
Do you want anything else from your room?
No. I got my bedroll.
Explain. Why do you make that weird noise when you use your sending stones?
What do you mean?
I mean, you like muffle your voice a little bit.
Oh, that's just how people talk on these things, right? Like you hold it right up to your face?
It comes from your mind.
What are you talking about? No, you hold it up here to talk to it.
Okay,
It's not the same when you hold it out away from your mouth. It doesn't transmit the noise.
It does, though.
It links your minds.
Does?
Yeah.
What? He's gonna squint real hard and think. Are you shitting me? Really?
Look at this.
Does it go through?
This is the first time I've understood what you said over this.
Oh.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if you're a genius or not to be able to muffle your mind voice.
Oh, my mind voice. That's all it is. I never thought about it like that. Apparently, I can. Oh. Never really think of us gob folk being mental masters or anything. Wonder what else I can do with my mind. Maybe I can move things. He's gonna like look really hard at like a button on the collar of Zeph's outfit. Like reach out his hand and flick it to the side. Try to move it.
Nothing happens.
Maybe I just need to concentrate harder. Or maybe I'm not a... Maybe I don't move things with my mind. Maybe I can, like, start fires or something. Hold out one of those lanterns.
Definitely don't wear collars. I mean, I wear a halter. Okay, I hold out a lantern.
I wear a holster.
I squint at the lantern. I hold out my hand, and I, like, start rubbing my fingers together, trying to transfer over the friction with my mind, trying to start a fire on it.
Nothing happens.
So I can't start fires. I can't move things. What else do mental people do?
Mental people.
I mean, you're doing it. You're absolutely mad right now. Can we please continue?
I mean, I guess we can continue, but like, if I can muffle my mind voice, what other kinds of magic mind stuff could I do?
I think your mind voice was only muffled because you were muffling your actual voice, Zane.
No. Eris said it himself. I've got some like mental majesty or something going on in there.
Mental majesty?
I don't know. I just realized that I don't have to talk into the thing.
Let's go get your bedroll. I think you're very tired.
Yeah, sure, whatever. I'll figure out my mind mastery stuff later.
Sure. Honestly, I'm so tired myself.
Yeah, I mean, do have a bit of mental fatigue from all the studying lately, but really, I'm kind of full of energy. Feel like I haven't been really doing much in the physical department. Going up those stairs was nice.
Well, maybe you ought to, do some cartwheels or something on the way back.
Cartwheels? That sounds like a good way to have my armor fall off.
Okay. Well, do whatever you have to do to wear yourself out physically, I guess.
Maybe Eris wants some strength training or something when we get back. Yeah, he's always down for that.
I very highly doubt it. He hates strength training, and you know that.
No. He loves strength training. See, when you don't like it, you go along with it just so it'll be over with faster. He fights it. That means he enjoys the process.
Again, I feel like your mental is showing right now.
My mental is showing. Maybe when we're in a fight with somebody with a warhammer, you can tell me that, but till I get a good blow on the head, my mental is not showing.
Nope.
So I think after a while, we eventually do make it back.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Eris!
Hey, hello. You're back.
We have your lantern.
Yes, nice. And I just kind of hang it up somewhere.
Oh, no, you don't.
What?
I hold it, like, out of your reach. You gotta work for this lantern, Eris.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about exercise.
He wants to strength train with you, heads up.
No, it's not a strength training. It's a sneak attack drill. I'm gonna tackle you to the ground, and you gotta fight me off with your physical prowess.
No.
He wants to train with you, and you have to use your strength.
It's not much of a surprise anymore because, well, I just told you about it.
If you're gonna tackle me, at least tackle me in my bedroll, and I go into my bedroll. Like
I don't think you want me to tackle you in there, Eris.
Go ahead.
I don't know, Eris. It could get quite intimate if he tackled you in your bedroll.
Okay, and that's his choice, alright? I'm going to do whatever I need to do to lay down and sleep. And you know what? And I just start taking off articles of clothing. Alright.
Zane,
What-
don't.
what a show of
Take
What a
his
show of
pants completely
vulnerability
off.
and confidence, taking off all of your armor in front of me. Like, yes, we can train.
But
Okay.
only if you take off your armor too, Zane.
If you get completely naked.
I suppose it would only be fair if I took off my armor, and I do trust you not to try to hurt me like the others would.
I take off my briefs and I toss them.
Oh, I did not need to see that, Eris.
I'm still in my role, okay? Come on. We're adults, you know.
I don't want to see your underwear.
You are not the one about to be tackled, okay? If he tackles me, he's gonna face my sword.
Which one?
Oh,
You're gonna face your sword? What do you mean by that?
I don't carry any other sword, Zane. Use your brain. You're genius, right? I have one sword on me, and you've only seen me fight with my dagger. So what sword am I talking about?
Wait, you mean my dagger?
No, you said it's mine now.
Well, yeah, it is yours now, but it was once mine.
No, yeah, we're not living in the past. We're living in the now. It's my dagger.
Right. So you're sure you've got a sword in there and not, like, a smaller, crappier dagger?
I got a sword. Come take a look. Come take a look at it.
No,
Make
Eris,
sure to
my body's
keep
been
your
going through some
answer.
changes lately.
The one thing about us Ganassi, we're very open.
You're full of hot air?
Yes, and I can let it all out.
All right, we'll put off the training for later.
Thank
but I do
you.
reserve the right to tackle you out of surprise at some point in the future. And I'm
Perfect.
going to see how you react.
Okay, and I'll probably fall. Because I wouldn't expect my teammates to attack me.
Well, yeah, but it's going to be like when we're in a safe-ish space, like traveling or something.
So, you
hiking
know-
on a hill and, come dive bombing at you from uphill or downhill or, go for your knees or latch onto your face. I don't know.
Hey,
I mean, latch onto his foot.
This-
Okay.
it's weird, right? Well, Effie, I'm not weird for thinking this is weird, right? Don't know how to feel about it.
You know, I'm not sure how to feel about it myself, but a weird part of me wants the strength training to happen.
Well, I mean, it's just not me, okay? We've tried it. I'm on a different path now. I don't even need to strength train.
Well, maybe we better do some charismatic training?
I've got a bit of
Willpower training?
I've got a,
Mind training? I don't know.
I've got a good bit of charisma.
Yeah, probably more
You
than me,
do?
honestly.
Yes.
If you had to rate your charisma on a numerical scale of like 1 to 20, how would you rate it?
Let's just say my ability to persuade someone, I just have 8 more chance than the other than the usual.
8 more chance.
8 more chance. That is better than me. I think I would only have like a 6 more chance.
Yes, I have a +8.
I have no idea what you boys are talking about. I might be in a fever dream right now.
Yeah. Let's just say I'm doing okay charisma wise. But I think we can probably train like movements. I mean, I'm down to stretch, but I'm just not very strong. And I don't think I'm going to get strong anytime soon. Oh, Lord.
Not with that attitude.
If we find a belt of
I
giant
can
strength,
give you acrobatics training.
why do I need to train? I feel like, why am I the one that needs to train? You both train yourselves, okay? I'm okay with myself. I'm
Okay,
happy.
well, like,
No.
I just want to train. I want to get better, and
Okay.
the best way to get better is to get better with somebody else. And
Okay.
so you have talked about how you're changing and your path is different, and how I thought you might want to train to get you further along that path, but I guess not. I'll just go to bed.
If you want to train,
Apparently, he's changing, and you're changing, and your changing bodies can help each other do some strength training.
All
or
I'm saying,
something.
if you want to phrase it in a way that you want me to help you with your training, I'm okay to be helpful to you. But I don't need it myself. I don't need it at all. So
Oh, right, because you are the pinnacle of Ganassi perfection right now.
No,
and
I'm
you
just-
cannot possibly get any better, and no training at all is going to help you become more useful in a fight. I
No,
gotcha.
I'm just
okay.
trading different things. I don't need to work on what that is anymore.
I regret coming here to sleep tonight.
I know, we're not sleeping, we're arguing. I can help you, but I have different things I want to train. But the things I want to train? I don't know. It's just finding who I am.
Whatever. You hope you find what you're looking for. You ever want to train something a little easier to measure, man, let me know.
If you want to trade, let me know. Why are you mad? Wow, Zane, I've never seen someone hurt themselves so fast. I'm gonna go to bed.
I didn't hurt myself. You hurt me by refusing my training. I want to bond with my teammate through shared mutual combat experience training, and you don't want it to happen, so
No.
it's bedtime, I guess.
Jesus. Here, you are a genius. You definitely are a genius. You don't want to learn? We're not friends anymore!
Guys, you're gonna make Razzie cry again.
Oh god, I can't believe this just went that way.
No.
That's funny.
Can't?
I can't believe it. It happened so fast. It's like, you don't want to learn how to be strong? I guess you're rejecting my friendship. I guess you
Runs off the forest crying.
I sleep naked.
Perfect.
Good to know.
I
I sleep surrounded in armor, if not bedecked in it.
So you guys take a rest on the soft grass in the Osgrove, and just kind of, it's probably one of the, I mean, probably one of the more serene nights of sleep you've gotten. There's no interruption, no one's in danger, well, that you can tell. There's not really much going on, there's not any commotion going on. You're in a part of the woods here in the campus that just kind of is silent, if maybe just the gentle breeze going through and the gentle chirping of birds as the sun is beginning to rise and break through the trees, and kind of just a natural awakening as you guys are kind of getting hit by this direct sunlight through the canopy.
Good morning.
I don't think it's true.
I go.
Hey.
We have to start the day. And I get up and I run and I jump into the water. Whew. Wake up, everyone. And I start splashing them.
I caterpillar crawl out of my sleeping bag and roll myself towards the water.
Good morning.
Zane is sitting on a large rock trying to put his armor on at this point. He's looking around like, what is it with you guys in the water? Like, how can you like that stuff?
How can you not clean yourself first?
I sink to the bottom and continue to sleep. Now that the water is kind of filtering out some of the light.
It gets warm again around you and you're like, okay, this is a blanket.
Won't give you another vision.
I swim down. Are there any fish down there?
No, it's just a pond.
Damn it. I just go and look at Effie.
I just watch her sleep.
I'm just like, hey. And then I swim past you. Zane,
Completely naked.
she's sleeping in here.
No! I open one eye, watch you swim past to get a good look and scream.
Hey! Hey, wait, why are you saying good luck? What are you doing? Stop eyeing my sword. Leave it alone.
What are you guys doing in there?
Effie's sleeping in the water. I don't know how you can do it, but she has done it. She is sleeping in the water.
I think I just heard some bubbles come to the surface and then a scream come out of them.
I look in the water. What's going on down there? Hey, you good?
His Ganassi sword
covering
is just
both
it's
of
just a small
my eyes.
cyclone.
Why are you closing your eyes? Wake up.
No.
Stop. Don't act. You've never showered with a man before.
Oh, this is terrible.
Don't make this awkward.
Why
Alright.
do I have to do this?
It's not a bad thing. It's a human appendage, okay? It's normal.
Ugly.
Are you forcing her to look at you in there? What are you
I'm
doing?
not forcing her to do anything. I'm just standing in it.
Why don't you like swim away?
I'm
Let me have
allowed
space,
to.
man.
I'm allowed to stand in the water. I'm not even near her.
I mean,
Hey.
It's a small pond, man. I mean,
I was in here first.
I guess I didn't put two and two together, but like everything is blue.
Yeah. I mean, yes. Why would it not be blue? You think I'm just gonna have a different color down here?
I don't know. Huh.
You want to know?
Seem like the. I mean, I guess it is kind of cold in that pond, so I'm not gonna give you too much grief.
I cast thaumaturgy with it, and I start swinging in a helicopter motion, and I just start
Oh my
doing a gust of wind towards Zane. Look, it creates wind as well.
Wind. Usually that comes from the other end. That's interesting.
No, it's from the forend.
crawl back out, eyes closed, on my hands and knees. just
Tis a
feeling my
Ganassi's
way.
true potential right here. Helicopter.
You know, probably a good thing there's no like sea creatures in that pond because I'm sure they would love to take a bite out of whatever that is.
Hey, that's weird. You made it weird.
I made it weird. You're the one wiggling around your worm for everybody to
Hey!
see.
Relax, okay? You know what? At least you're more comfortable with it than Effie is. She's acting like... I didn't... You knew I was naked. Why are you gonna get mad at me?
I forgot that you were naked in the bedroll.
I mean,
Never
I'm comfortable
seen
with it because clothes are expensive. I mean, it takes a lot of work to make them, and you don't really need them if you're in a cave that's all protected. What, you're telling me, Zeph, that you wear fully clothed when you're swimming around at the bottom of the ocean?
Not fully clothed, but we always had something covering our bits.
You're right. Okay, maybe I'll cover the bits next time. I'm sorry. I just didn't think... I just got up and got in.
I didn't realize they were so ugly.
It's okay. I mean... That's rude. What if I looked at your bits and said, gross, ew? That's kind of... Why you gotta attack them?
Look at my bits.
Huh? I
I
didn't...
wouldn't let you look at my bits.
I didn't let you? Are you saying that you could just
Here,
harass me?
here. You won't have to worry about your bits being called ugly or anything. Put these on. And I throw a balled up wad of fabric at you. That it's your small clothes, your little shorts. But I've taken my needle and thread and I've sewn a makeshift cod piece to the front of it.
Hey, I can't wear this. You've messed it up.
No, look, it's protective now. You won't have to worry about
didn't
your wind
want-
escaping.
I don't want armor around my junk. I let the gods protect those jewels.
Hey, you'll be thanking me when somebody goes to punch you in the crotch or something and it doesn't hurt as bad because they can't really get to you.
I wonder. Is it a big enough cod piece? Like, does it protect the jewels, or am I leaking out? I put it on.
Are you asking the dungeon master how big your junk is?
No, I'm asking if Zane had made something big enough, or was it like, am I leaking out? Let me know. Tell the story, Dia. Tell the story about my junk, bro.
I will tell you that Zane saw your junk as you were helicoptering it, so he had a definite estimation of how much mass is contained therein.
So let's see. Roll for it.
I mean, I rolled a d12. Do you want to know what I got?
No, we're not rolling for my size. We're rolling if it's, I know my size.
You know yourself.
We rolled for it a while ago. I wrote it down.
Wait, no.
She just laughed.
Yep.
This is how you scare the rat, scare the rat, scare the
Oh
rat.
god. Hi, welcome back. You roll for size 2, Raz. You don't think you're above this. We know.
You want me to roll for what size?
We all rolled for size that day.
Did we?
Yeah, we all did.
I don't remember that.
Nobody remembers it.
I remember you guys doing it.
You didn't roll for size? I thought you were there. Oh, so it did happen, but maybe Raz didn't roll for size. But I rolled for size. Beep bop boop. Alright, back to the rolls.
Anyway,
Back to
does the junk armor cover
Sure.
the thing?
Yeah, why not?
How does it
Is
feel?
the helicopter in its hangar?
Does it feel good? Like, does it feel protected? Like, did
No,
you
it
do a
doesn't
good
feel
job?
good. It's just sewed on.
It should, like, let's see. No, it doesn't
It's
feel
not-
very...
It's not fitted.
Okay, look, it doesn't feel very comfortable, Zane. I'm not going to lie. I'm taking this off.
Hey, I mean, without getting the definite measurements, I think that's pretty good for an estimation.
I
Like,
know.
everything fit where it's supposed to.
But it's your jewels, and you don't
What?
want something... It feels weird. It just doesn't feel
What,
right.
you want me to get right up on there with a little ruler or something? and
Later,
really
later.
get Measurements?
I'm not saying no, but I'm saying later. We don't have to do this, like, right now.
Okay,
Effie's
'cause
right there.
I did learn from my mom. She was a master seamstress, okay?
Okay,
like,
she-
she
You
can
know,
make
if you're gonna
anything
do
out of
it, why
pie.
don't you do it now while I'm inside of my bedroll, and then I won't see anything.
Oh, okay, right now. And I take it off. I'm like, measure this. It's like... Get the sack, too,
Alright.
though.
Gets the ruler. Okay, a little smaller than I was thinking. All right.
Hey, it's perfect. It just grows small when it's happy. Chill.
Grows small.
Okay. Let me get that width. We got the
It's
width. the
definitely
depth.
cool.
All right. Oh, we gotta put a little crease in it here. Would you like little hemispheres on the bottom half, or just
Please.
like one big domed structure?
Yeah, please. Let's do hemispheres.
Okay, hemispheres. Crease it down the middle.
Oh, I hear a dog.
Hey.
Can I make a tackle tinker check?
Yeah, sure.
We broke the DM.
Hey.
Trace is so done.
I mean, hey, if you guys want to spend your session doing that, that's fine.
That's an 11 on the die for a tackle tinkering check. That makes it a 16 to craft a codpiece worthy of the gods. The god that is Eris.
With a 16, it doesn't come near close to the gods, but it's there.
All right. Hey, this one feels a little better.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, we can wear this. I start getting changed. Let's get ready for the day. Now I got my new junk piece. Feels good.
Junkie.
You want one of these too, Zeph?
I don't have boy junk.
So? Could make you like an armored corset or something?
Let's not push our luck.
Is it gonna be junky though?
Oh?
What do you mean junky? It's protective!
Yeah, but is it gonna look bad?
No, it'll look great. Just look at Eris's codpiece. It looks great.
It doesn't look too bad, actually. It's just a cod piece. If you built it out of something else, I'd be happier.
I'll peek out and look at it.
It doesn't look bad. Look, and it keeps everything in. Like, you don't even see my junk anymore.
Thank goodness.
Look at the hemispheres. I'm gonna lift up.
Yeah. You see the added benefit? I take my gauntleted fist and go for a tap on the crotch.
Does it hurt? No, I didn't really feel that. Nice.
See? Protective.
I think we broke everyone. Was that?
Everybody's just got quiet all of a sudden. It's like the world ground to a halt for a second.
Yeah.
They were recognizing the creation of the next artifact. That's what it was.
That's
Right.
definitely not it.
I'm fine. I'm okay with the armor that I've got. Thank you though.
All right, don't come crying to me when you get stabbed in the boob.
Oh my goodness.
I'll take care of my own boobs. I thank you.
I'm okay with that. I just want to get started on the cauldron. Or start putting everything on.
Yes, go to the cauldron. Stop worrying about genital-based attacks.
Yes. Precisely.
I'm not. You are. Anywho, I'm gonna go get up, roll everything up, get everything on my pack and everything, and then I'm gonna go to the basket with all the food and grab something for breakfast.
Okay. Oh, you're right. We have leftovers for breakfast. Oh my god, that's so amazing.
Yeah.
It's all packed away nicely too.
We got any meat left in there?
Yes, of course. All right, so we eat breakfast. I'm ready. I'm excited to eat breakfast.
Okay.
And if everyone's ready, I suppose we make our way. Make our way.
I'm ready. Let's head out. Ooh. To the place. We're packed up.
I get Reginald to carry the heavy cauldron.
I want to go get Reginald.
He rolls up with his the little. You guys, I think you guys got a cart. We'll say you got a cart.
Yes, he had a cart.
A little cart for you to grab him onto.
Perfect. How you doing, Reggie? Yep, that's my Reggie.
Alrighty. And as you guys begin to head on your 2-day journey east towards this cave to pick up this cauldron of rebirth, I think that's where we'll call it this week.
Whoa! Let's go!
That's where we ended it for the week. We're finally back, and this was a great game.
I take it.
It was.
But also, I don't know how I feel about the cod piece. I'm not gonna lie. We need to get better. That's weird.
Oh my goodness.
I just looked up what a cod piece is.
What, you didn't know?
I didn't really know. I did not
Oh
really,
my god.
I did not really know. I do not really know.
Oh, gee.
No.
I don't want to stop the stream.
Oh, you're right. I'm stopping the stream. Hey, okay, goodbye, guys.
People don't hear you say, I don't know what a cod piece is.
Okay, ending stream.